For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston.
State of OH. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. The DraftKings Thunderdome. Come on, get it right or pay the price. This break starts now.
Sports!
It is the DraftKings Thunderdome, and we're so incredibly thankful that DraftKings has become our official partner because sometimes you're able to boost some bets, and sometimes you're allowed to see the board, and sometimes you're allowed to trust the stars, which is exactly what we did last night as the NBA Final. Game 1 tipped off at the Frost Bank Center in front of
18,418.
So many, sold out, crazy place that has... some fans chirping some players, fans chirping stars. Obviously an atmosphere that warranted what it was, which is the biggest game, the pinnacle of basketball on the entire planet. And ladies and gentlemen, what we saw was the New York Knicks do what the New York Knicks have done for the last 12 games. They're on a 12-game winning streak. These dudes haven't lost since April 23rd.
Sheesh.
It is June 4th, 2026, playing the best teams, right? Because in the playoffs, this late, all the bad teams are gone. All the teams that were trying to lose, remember, we're changing rules because all these teams are trying to tank and be ass. There was 25-point spreads during the NBA regular season. All the ass teams or the shite teams or the teams that are trying to rebuild or be ass at the same time, they're all gone. These are just the best teams. They haven't lost since a month and a half ago, this team. It has been an outstanding run. They're plus 272. Okay, over those 12 games. That's the largest in the history of the NBA, obviously. They're breaking records left and right for the dominance in which they display. And then their comeback ability, what they're doing there is also historic. I think the amount of comebacks that they've had in the postseason is something that's like double the previous best in the history. Yes, 7, and I think the previous was 3 or something like that for double-digit comebacks. Remember how this whole thing started in the Eastern Conference Finals? They were down at home, and they come back and rally and go crazy. And now they're doing the same thing on the biggest stage, and this dude is outrageous. I got roughed up a little bit there early.
Oh, yeah.
We had an ankle situation where a guy stepped on his ankle, which maybe rolled it a little bit, but certainly went off the hardwood. Then a knee situation that came out. He changed his shoes from the Kobe 3s to the Kobe 6s, and then in the fourth quarter, actually starting about 6:33 left in the third, whenever the New York Knicks were down 14 at the time, they would go on a run in which they would outscore the San Antonio Spurs 54-30.
Damn.
And Brunson would have 19 points throughout that entire run right there. And what the Knicks would do is close it, like they've done to everybody. In San Antonio, taking on an alien on the biggest stage, this New York Knicks team provides more proof that they are certainly the ones that we need to be respecting as the most dominant team in hoops right now. Not only is it Jalen. Okay, Josh Hart had a stats sheet that looked like one of those graphs, because the points, not really.
No.
Okay, not really doing that. But let's go ahead to everything else. Rebounds, assists, steals, bang, boom, boom, boom. This guy put together a stat sheet that hadn't been seen since like 1977 or something like that. I mean, just an absolutely outrageous evening for this New York Knicks team that continues to be fantastic. Big Cat was very good, had to do his role for this team to succeed. He swears a lot. They're muting a lot of things because I think Big Cat's letting these people know underneath because he's kind of got the docile look.
Sure.
Because he's giant.
Yeah.
Kind of got a docile look. I don't think he's like that. I don't think this New York Knicks team is like that at all. They got dogs across the board. They were kind of made for this moment. They fired their coach Tibbs last year. Okay, fired a coach. They get the Eastern Conference. They fired a coach. Mm-hmm. Can't get past the Celtics. Can't get past the Pacers. This year, Celtics out. Pacers didn't exist. So maybe this would be the right time for the Knicks to go ahead and do it. Probably. And maybe that's what ownership thought and Leon thought over there in New York, said if Tibbs isn't here, we'll be able to go on a run. We all thought they were idiotic. We thought the Knicks were making a stupid decision. Classic New Yorker stuff. We think we're better than what we actually are. The Knicks aren't real, yada, yada. Yeah, right. They've proved everybody wrong. Right decision. Coach Brown seems to be the right guy. Jalen Brunson's the right leader, not only for like an NBA franchise, but New York's franchise. Seems to just be like this at all times. And then in the biggest moments, he's not scared at all. So is that the right guy for the big city? I think so. Is the crew around him the right people to do this? I think so. And is Wemby and that young crew? Hey, Ron Harper's boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Doing it.
Yeah, he's doing something since like Larry Bird, I think, some stat, I think, or I'm sorry, Daryl Dawkins since 1977. I mean, he is outrageous what he's able to accomplish. His mom, I believe, is a basketball coach at Bosco High School, I think, in New Jersey.
Sure.
Obviously, his dad, Ron, I think 5-time I think he's 5-time NBA champ.
Yeah.
And then this dude, youngest to break these, he felt like he was more comfortable than ever before in his life. That was fun to watch him do his thing. Castle, Vassell, the whole crew obviously is great, but they're running into a team right now that is an actual wagon. Is this Spurs team going to be able to respond like they've done for like the last 23 times? I forget their record after a loss. It's like they never lose for a second time. But the Knicks just don't lose. So I don't know if this is a inevitability taking on an immovable object happening at the same time. Something's going to have to give. It's the NBA Finals. What a great start last night. What a great comeback. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Conman, we hit.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that we did that. We trusted the stars. And there was some question marks there. Wemby wasn't playing a lot there early. They had him on the bench for an extended period of time. Whenever he was coming out, it wasn't going that great. And then obviously Brunson was going back into the back. I saw him go to the back twice.
Yes.
Don't like that at all, obviously, when you're banking on them. But inevitably, in the end, the stars are going to get the job done, which I think they did. People are questioning Wemby, like, hey, are you going to be able to make it in the big moments still? He's always going to get that question. But we trusted the stars, had a great game. Your big takeaway from last night as you watched along.
Yeah, to your point, going into the fourth quarter, I think Brunson had 17 points, Wemby had 15 points, and they both kind of exploded in that fourth quarter. I think the big takeaway was kind of like the Knicks bench. I thought once, Brunson goes off, okay, all of a sudden this is going to become a 25-point game. Landry Shamet ended up with 13 points. He almost ruined the series by bodying Harrison Barnes into Jalen Brunson's knee, but he came out, started shooting. Grand Theft Alvarado, as Bruce would say, he actually kind of came up huge too. And
He looks so cool.
He looked awesome. And I don't know if you saw, there was kind of some beef. Him and Champagny, I believe, go all the way back to high school. Alvarado hits a three. You see him barking at Champagny going down. Champagny hits a three. You see him barking right back going down. That little tidbit I did not know of until that moment there. But the benches seem to be the biggest, although Brunson 31 shots. I think Wemby took 21 shots. Like, it is going to be these two guys are going to get theirs. Who else is going to step up? You mentioned Cat, too. I think Cat was the biggest thing because we saw in the OKC series, like, hey, Chet Holmgren, non-factor. Hartenstein, great on the defensive end, but still not doing much on offense because of Wemby. And then Cat comes out, he's blowing by Wemby. He's hitting threes. He's rebounding the hell out of the basketball. It was one of those times where you kind of see those Knicks in their full glory. And like you mentioned, basketball is awesome because if it's a 20-point game, they can come back, and the Knicks have proven that time and time again.
Iman basically told us yesterday, I like this matchup for the Knicks.
Yeah.
He said, I like the matchup, and I think Cat being able to go outside and inside is Wemby. So you kind of get Wemby in both places. And also, if you can potentially just run him away from stuff, you can get Wemby kind of, and he's got to pay attention here. You can open this up here. I appreciate how Jalen wasn't scared of anything. Man.
No.
Jalen Brunson, he's 6'1", okay? Real society, big. He's somebody you can certainly look up at him. In the NBA, yeah, right. Especially taking on the Spurs, who have the biggest, largest human that's doing it.
Their guards are 6'6".
Yeah, everybody's gigantic. He does not. I mean, you could tell early he was trying to figure it out. He threw a couple real high off the glass, and it was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to be a problem for him. And then inevitably, which is what Jalen Brunson is, he is the inevitable, it feels like. He's going to figure it out. We watched it against the Pacers. We've watched it, obviously, this entire year. He is just unbelievable bucket getter. The guy is just a bucket getter, and I'm happy he stayed healthy enough to play. I'm happy the world is getting a chance to watch it, and that dude is going to get a statue on top of Madison Square Garden if he wins a title for the city that is coming together and rallying. Good for you, Bruce Brown. Happy for you, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
3 wins away from a title, Bruce.
Yeah, they're starting to say that a statue isn't enough, and they might have to just rename Penn Station, the train station underneath MSG, to Brunson Station. So a lot of ideas out there, but yeah, unbelievable from him down the stretch. 5 for 9 in the fourth quarter. I mean, you were saying it with Cat. Cat versus the Alien felt like a baby deer against a moose last night. Cat just blowing by him. The physicality with Cat often gets lost a bit. But yeah, and then Josh Hart, the 4 steals were absolutely massive. Just an unbelievable grind out win, I would say, where we weren't shooting our best at all. And I expect that to be the worst we play in this series. Obviously, though, the Spurs didn't quite shoot the ball very well either.
Oh, so maybe a little rust situation happening, with the New York Knicks for the first game, because once again, have not lost since April 23rd. Wow. They've had a lot of off days.
Ton of them.
What have they been doing during his off day? Seems like they're doing
Shooting
it right.
in the gym.
They lost that game by 1 also.
Oh, April 23rd?
Yeah.
We're saying we shouldn't have lost that one either. I mean,
CJ McCollum.
There should be a little bit more days on the clock. Congratulations to the Knicks fans. Let's go to one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. Tonight, obviously, the NHL has its game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and we'll talk a lot about that. But last night, very profitable for us. I mean, we saw DraftKings actually put out a tweet from their Insights account that the top 2 prop bets, both money and ticket-wise, were Wemby and Brunson to be 25+. So we are excited about that, obviously, being a situation, but also us winning. Hey, we got the crown last night pretty good. Did. There was some question marks. We also went into the baseball world because we knew it was going to be a big old pitch night where basically all of the baseball pitchers that were pitching last night. Last night was a pitching showcase that just so happened to be at the same time as the NBA's first game of its finals. All these guys showed up and showed out. I believe
Garrett Cole didn't, but everyone else hit their strikeout number if you would have, rode with that.
And we hit the 6+ on Shohei and Skino. I mean, it feels like sports are really doing us. Boom. Did you see that little anime? Boom.
Pretty sweet.
Pretty cool.
Throwing fire.
We're able to hit that. Tonight, what are we keeping our eye on? What do you think the people should expect maybe from our particular Thunderdome on the DraftKings platform this evening?
Yeah, we had a great night last night. Obviously, we trusted the Stars in both of those sports, the NBA and the MLB. And I believe we're trusting the Stars basically again tonight with a couple of guys. Basically, another points on the board boost tonight. United Skates of America. Jack Eichel, who is the star of the Vegas Golden Knights, 1+ point. And then Shane Gostisbehere, who is the star of the Carolina Hurricanes, 1+ point. Similar to the one the other night, but we're not doing Canadians this time, okay? Because they let us down, and they normally let us down, so we're going United States of America.
No. Sidney Crosby has actually made my life good a lot of different times, so I'm not going to say all Canadians let us down because, I mean, I had some maple syrup last night.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, Jarvie let us down.
Oh, okay, but
Marner did.
Gumpy gave me a winner last night.
Okay, and Gumpy's Canadian. Mm-hmm. So what we are saying, and I guess I shouldn't let you kind of lay this one out. I guess we should have. Because the decision was made that we are not going with Canadians at all.
Correct.
I mean, because the last time were 2 Canadian players who we think are good. Okay, let's not get Jarvie. We're big fans. Manitoba boys, love what you guys are doing. How you go about doing
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marner, they are not. That is not their nickname.
Come
Marner,
on.
I love him. Canadian lad. He obviously showed up for us, but we lost, and that was our first time doing a promoted bet on DraftKings. There's no way we can let that entire country touch this one.
No,
we can't let it happen. Sorry, Canada, but hockey is kind of
It's
ours.
our game.
Gumpy's American to me now.
Well, and so is Sydney, but they don't believe that. They actually think they are Canadian. But tonight, we got 2 great American lads who we think are going to obviously get a point on the board, boosted to plus 250. We like the United States of America, but we also like this game tonight. What is the book telling us about how tonight's game should go, Tone?
So Carolina is actually bigger favorites in Game 2 than they were in Game 1. Minus 162 tonight, minus 155 in Game 1. Books obviously saw something in Game 1 where they thought the Hurricanes looked better than what the outcome was. But the Knights are now favorites to win the series. Knights are minus 155 to win the series. Carolina plus 130 to win the series. So if you like Carolina tonight, you could get them at plus money as well to win the series.
Can't wait to watch that. Shout out to the finals of both of these leagues, keeping us entertained every single night. Same with baseball, but the NFL obviously never stops. Congratulations to Christian Watson of the Green Bay Packers. $110.5 million deal. We had seen some deals start coming off the board from around teams. Obviously, a lot of money at this stage of the NFL is great news for all players, especially if you come in and ball out. Out of North Dakota State, Christian Watson, big physical specimen. Mm-hmm. Big, strong, fast. I think he can do a front flip, a back flip. I think he can kind of do everything. He's obviously a threat at all times. Had some injury stuff, had some stuff happen, but obviously the Green Bay Packers all the way in on Christian. How do you feel? You lose Dobbs, right? But now Christian Watson becomes guy for the foreseeable future. Packers owner says.
Yeah, I mean, him and Jaden Reed are kind of the 2 guys now. And like you said, early in his career, the injuries were a big issue, and it kind of seemed like, okay, we're never going to see this guy reach his full potential. And then last year, I think it was from like weeks 8 to the wild card round of the playoffs, he was like top 5 in every statistical category for receivers. So like when he is on the field and he's healthy and he's proved over the last year, he did get banged up last year
in the Denver game, which was the game that the Packers season kind of went down the pooper. But outside of that, he was very healthy. Him and Jordan Love have a good rapport. And I think with a full season under his belt, like, you can envision him being a true number one guy because he is a physical specimen. He can run all the different, routes on the route tree. And then you have Jaden Reed on the inside. And that was the big thing with the Packers the last couple years. It was they didn't really have a true number one. They have all these guys. And it's kind of hard for one guy to really, because they weren't giving him as many opportunities. Now they kind of have their one and their two of the future, and I expect him to have quite a few more opportunities and run with it.
Okay, so congratulations to Christian Watson and to Reed becoming the future of the Packers, clearly. Let's talk about somebody getting back, okay? Did you see the treadmill?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like where Kraft's at right now. And I think he likes where he's at, too. And I believe you're showcasing just, part man, most machine.
Yep.
Tucker Kraft getting back at it there. And obviously, anytime you see a stallion full speed, you start to think to yourself, wow, what a specimen. This is about 30-40% right here. Mm-hmm. He's just striding along. Obviously, everything goes better. And then let's talk about another injury potentially here that has been lingering that we're getting more information about and we don't love. We all remember Penn State to the Cowboys, to dramatic exit to the Green Bay Packers, to becoming almost Defensive Player of the Year candidate, to getting injured, to the Green Bay Packers being asked without him. Well, now it feels like there's going to be some more time without him. Micah Parsons, we're kind of learning as we go, maybe a little bit more time than we thought. Obviously, the expectations start the season on PUP, which is physically unable to play, I believe, and it's kind of an exemption status that you kind of get relief on salary, contract, and also how many different people you can put on a roster. Ty, heartbreaker, or is this what we expected?
Yes and no. He's going to be back, I think, like midway through October, he said. And obviously, you want Micah to be on the field for every single snap of every single game, because this kind of happened last year when he got traded over. We didn't know what was going on with the back, and it kind of took him a few weeks to get up to 100%. But ultimately, it's one of those things where, and he said it. It's like, hey, listen, I don't want to miss any more games. It kills me that I'm going to miss 4 potentially, but I didn't come back to come back week 1. I came back so that I was healthy and 100% by the time the playoffs are there, because that's what we saw last year. He was a game wrecker. He was unbelievable all year long. And when he got hurt in that Denver game, they were just a shell of themselves. They had no chance moving forward in the playoffs. And I assume the non-contact portion of it is why it was maybe a little worse than people anticipated. But no, I anticipate whenever Micah does get back on the field, he will be the same guy that we saw last year pre-injury.
Yeah, and Micah changed the entire Green Bay Packers team.
Yes.
Yep.
Whenever he got there. Anytime you invest that type of pick, obviously that's not normal for the Green Bay Packers to do what they did with the Dallas Cowboys. You wonder, how is it going to go? Green Bay, a vastly different place than the Dallas, Texas area. Okay, vastly different. But he did play at Penn State, which is kind of up there, secluded in a small little area. Is this the perfect thing for him? He seemingly talked like that, and it felt like a perfect fit. Are you guys going to be able to survive until he gets back? I mean, we're talking about playoff push. Okay, I'll let you lose your DC, right?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. Miami.
He's not there.
Yeah, but John Gannon's got fire in his gut after getting fired after having a tough couple years in Arizona. I mean, if you can't...
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That just kind of got all pieced together about how you saying the fire in the belly thing reminds me of you saying that the first time that kind of all happened. Now he's on your team. I do think as a DC, he was an absolute
bingo.
Weapon.
Went to the Super Bowl.
That's why he got the head coaching job. Don't love that coming from a head coach. DC saying that, I'm 100% on board. I absolutely love it. If the Packers can't withstand 4 weeks without Micah Parsons, without their entire season collapsing, with how good their offense is supposed to be, then what are we talking? You don't deserve to do anything anyway. So yeah, you can't go 0-4. You probably can't.
4 weeks becomes 6 to 7 because getting back on, he's got to get back in.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember, got to get back in. He'll probably impact the game a couple plays early, but obviously going to have to get back into full speed because 4 weeks into the regular season, guys probably starting to feel pretty good at that point.
Yeah, rust off.
Early of the season, obviously, that's when everybody's trying to find it because game shape's certainly different than training camp shape. Micah is a specimen, so I assume he'll be game shape as soon as he comes back. But what we've learned is there is kind of like a little bit of a couple weeks at least where it's going to take to kind of get back into the full swing of things. So that's 6 weeks, 7 weeks potentially till you get full Micah. I think Jordan Love and the boys on offense, especially Christian Watson with a new bank account, can potentially hold off. That NFC North, though.
Yeah.
especially with Kyler in Minnesota.
But it's the NFL.
Yeah, but Kyler in Minnesota.
That's week.
Caleb Madden cover.
Oh my God, Caleb Williams. He is on.
Yeah, he's got the Madden curse to deal with.
No, it's not a curse.
I was saying the first 3 weeks actually kind of set up kind of nice. It is the Vikings, the Jets, and the Falcons. So I mean, you could probably get
Kyler without Mike on the
You
field.
think Stefanski with Tua is going to be a walk in the park?
No, I don't. But I'm saying them. I believe they're coming to Green Bay. You should be able to take care of that.
Yeah, but
Should
early
be.
in the season, you got the sun shining there in Lambeau. It actually feels like you're in a movie over there. Ladies and gentlemen, a man has retired who obviously has done a lot of great things, both for society and also ball. Congrats to Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Way to go, three.
Attaboy, Russ.
Obviously, Super Bowl champion, a man who was 5'11" quarterback, which he referenced a few different times in this beautiful video. I mean, this piece it was an incredible way to say thank you to everybody, an incredible way to say thank you to football, an incredible way to relive some old memories. I think there was probably reasoning behind each person that he was put in this video with. I think there was probably a selection process that took place about who he would like to honor, who he would like to showcase, which photos, which moments, and all that. So I think you got a chance to really learn about Russell's thoughts on every different stop. Even the Giants and the Broncos and the Steelers were frequented through this entire video. I think he paid respect to Seattle and all the special things they did together. And I saw the entire world come out and say, "Hey, Russ, you did good, bub." Like it was first time, long time, where everybody has come together and said, "Russ, you done good."
6 years.
And I hope he got a chance to kind of take that in. Genuinely. I hope he did get a chance to take that in, because very rarely do people say, first of all, that's a sweet way to announce your retirement. That video was awesome. And also, it was fun to relive all the glory days with Russell Wilson, where there was a many. Now, he's in Seattle, which is way left, okay? Way left over there. They, Legion of Boom, defensive side, were the conversation, but it's still way over in Seattle. So I think the re-airing of the highlight reel of what it was a nice reminder to all of us about the special time Seattle had. Mm-hmm. And now they've been able to rebuild it again, which obviously give a lot of credit to Schneider and that entire team over there. But it was cool to do that. I hope the Seattle Seahawks fans felt like they were appreciated enough. The kids that he obviously gave a lot of time, like, everything about this was perfect, I think. Congrats to Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you kind of just go back through the Rolodex of players that he played with. Like, remembering Doug Baldwin and Russell Wilson, like, that connection was unbelievable. I remember that kind of growing up in high school, thinking about Doug Baldwin and Russell Wilson being, like, that tandem of those couple of years when they did go on to play in a couple Super Bowls. They lost one to New England, but they won one as well. But Russell Wilson also kind of one of the first, not the first, but one of the guys that kind of transitioned into the running quarterback style. He was the leader in rush yards, I'm pretty sure, for a quarterback for a little bit before Cam Newton, Lamar, all those guys come in. Like, you forget how good Russell Wilson was over that 5-6 year period.
Did we know he was on CBS?
Yes.
No.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
And once again, I live in a bubble, a Thunderdome. I actually do. But I'm happy to see he's immediately getting in TV. He'll be good for ball, great for ball. And obviously he has the resume to warrant whatever. Congrats, Russ. That's a tough decision. That's a tough decision. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who obviously friend of the program, but also has been preaching the gospel about on his big list, the most important person is a big cat. And I'll tell you, it felt like he was pretty spot on with how the game's going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, NBA champion, 15-year vet, Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, Perk.
Hey, what up, y'all?
How you doing, man?
My bad. Hey, listen, I'm over here at the Alamo. You know, I took plenty of field trips at the Alamo. Damn it, in Texas history, when I was in 8th grade, we learned about the Alamo. Now, you can ask me about the Alamo right now. I couldn't tell you a damn thing about it.
Yeah, but you learned it at some point. You had to pass the test. You know, Davy Crockett, I think, held it down there. I think there was a Bowie.
Yep, there was. General Sam Houston.
Sam Houston went crazy. And obviously, we'll always remember. Well, we'll always remember the Alamo. We will have to, obviously. But you being down there, what are we going to remember? Are we going to remember Jalen Brunson being inevitable? Or are we going to remember Wemby potentially losing his first NBA Finals? Where do you sit after one game of this NBA Final down there in San Antonio?
Well, I mean, the Knicks put the world on notice. That's what they did, because the whole narrative and all of the entire conversation coming into this series was that, hey, the Knicks hadn't played anyone. And for them to go into game one on San Antonio home floor and give their ass a smack in the way that they did, especially Towns. Towns, you know what? Watching Towns play, I felt like a proud uncle or something. And I don't even have a relationship with Karl Anthony Towns like that. But the way that he dominated, in my opinion, that matchup between him and Wemby. Don't look at the 26 points and say, oh, well, Wemby done his job. No, he was 6 for 21 from the field. Karl Anthony Towns played some outstanding defense. I believe when Wemby was guarded by Towns, he was 2 for 11. That Towns right there is on a mission. That Towns right there is standing on business. That Towns right there is not playing any games. That's all we was asking from Chet Holmgren. That's all we was asking from Chet, is to show some level of aggressiveness. Karl Anthony Towns is not going to stop. He made Wemby, him and Big Mitchell Robinson, and that outstanding defense of the New York Knicks made Wemby forget that he was a big man last night.
Yeah, he was 3 for 18 outside of 3 feet. Was Wemby. Okay, so that's obviously a stat that is not great, but it's also an indicator of what the Knicks were able to do to Wemby. I mean, they were obviously, this is what the Knicks are. And Iman Shumpert told us yesterday, he said he likes the Knicks matchup against the San Antonio Spurs. He said he compared it to, I don't know how much you know about, he's like, it's like Big Ten football. You know, like Big Ten football is a little bit different. In the East, he said, everybody's mocking the East right now. Everybody's talking real loud about the East. He said, we just play, there's different basketball in the East than there is in the West. He talked about some skip passes that the West tried to do and stuff like that. And last night we see the Knicks kind of eat on defense. We see Josh Hart with 4 steals. Iman's like, it's a little different in the East. The style of play is different in the West. And it feels like the Knicks are just like they feel like a dominating bunch. Like that is literally what they feel like. Got broken pinky, who cares? He comes out there, didn't miss a single beat. At one moment he did hit, it felt like he did feel it.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a high, you know, in that entire thing. And his free throws, I mean, are pretty horrendous.
Woo.
Just naturally, but boy, what a dog on the court. Absolutely love everything about it. Tell me about the entirety of the Knicks and your thoughts about the depth of this team as opposed to maybe in years past where they weren't able to go to the bench.
Pat, they got what you call togetherness. For Towns to start the game on Wemby, that's what you call trust. For Mike Brown to continue to lean on Landry Shamet, he played 32 minutes. That's what you call trust. Jose came into the game last night and had some huge moments and knocked down some big-time shots. It's called trust. When you're trying to win a championship, you got to have a certain level of trust in your coach, and your coaching staff got to have a certain level of trust in your players. You can see and feel the energy through the television screen. It's led by Big Body Brunson, but every guy is being a star in their role. Every guy is being unlocked in a different fashion that they never been unlocked in their career. Look how great OG Anunoby looked last night, right? He had a quiet but a powerful 17 points because Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns stole the show. And I'm here to tell you, Big Body Brunson, when he left out of that arena after he did that interview, he wasn't smiling. He was pissed off. He is not satisfied, Pat. This is real. Let me say this. Mitch Johnson, I voted him Coach of the Year. And y'all know how I feel about Mitch Johnson. He completely dropped the ball last night. There's nowhere in hell you have Dylan Harper on that bench after the way he was performing offensively, and you keep De'Aaron Fox in that damn game. If Dylan Harper is in that game, we might see a different outcome. And see, it's going to come down to the battle of the coaching staff as well. Like, Mitch is going to have to dig into his bag even more. You're going against a 2-time NBA champion in Mike Brown as an assistant coach. You ain't got time to be tripping. You got to make in-game adjustments. You got to make adjustments on the fly. You got to make adjustments after games. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments the Spurs are going to make going into Game 2.
Coach Mitch Johnson of San Antonio obviously just got done jousting with Dags of Oklahoma City. Yep. We watched that for that entire Western Conference Finals. Excited to see how he adjusts for night 2. Wemby on Cat as well, as Cat's kind of doing his thing. I certainly calling into question. But you mentioned a name right there that I think the world got introduced to quickly last night. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Perk, you mentioned it there. Dylan Harper, was unbelievable last night. Right from the beginning, I think he had 10 points in the first quarter. But to the De'Aaron Fox point, do you see them changing the starting lineup and just having Harper be kind of the point guard instead of having Fox in there? Because Fox played, I think 30-plus minutes. I think Harper was right around there. What are your thoughts about their starting lineup, and do you see any changes coming for Game 2?
Well, I think it's going to stay the same for Game 2, and rightfully so. You're talking about De'Aaron Fox, who, we're talking about a guy that's an all-NBA caliber player, a guy that they paid $200+ million to. You can't just snatch him after Game 1. But his leash shouldn't be that long. Like, at the end of the day, if he comes out and he starts and he's struggling in those first 3 to 4 minutes, then hell, you got to roll with Dylan Harper. You got to make those tough business decisions and do what's best for the team. We all can see that Dylan Harper is one of the faces of this franchise to go alongside Wemby and Stephon Castle. Dylan Harper, in the next year or two, is going to be probably the second leading scorer on this team behind Victor Wembanyama. Dylan Harper is ready for this moment. Dylan Harper is from New York. Dylan Harper went to Harper U. He went to Rutgers. Dylan Harper is ready for this moment. You don't think this kid is excited to be playing against a team that he grew up idolizing and want this matchup? But he's a Knicks fan by heart. He was born into the Knicks fan base. And all of a sudden on the big stage, he has this opportunity. You could tell he was ready for it. You could tell he's embracing it. Listen, his skill set and his scoring ability is going to be needed, because as much as we put praise on the New York Knicks offense, their defense has been spectacular as well.
Yeah, dominating. They haven't lost since April 23rd, Perk. That is just so long ago. And obviously what's happening with Dylan Harper in San Antonio, you think the future will be bright, but the stats also tell us, and history tells us, that the last 3 teams that have won Game 1 on the road, in the NBA Finals, have gone on to lose the series.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
You go into somebody else's house and get a win. The basketball gods say, I don't think so. the basketball gods say, I don't think so. So, we could certainly, and that's the best of 7 series kind of life that we have to live. Yeah. It's a roller coaster. Yeah. I mean, there was numerous times throughout these playoffs, especially on the Western side, not really on the New York side, but on the Western side, where a team would win huge and it's like, yup, they're going to take it. And then the next week, literally the next game, 2 days later, complete opposite would happen. We're like, ooh, maybe this team's about to win it all. We were all in on Oklahoma City. Yep. Obviously, there was people that started jumping in on San Antonio. In the East, it's always been the Knicks. So it's a little bit different situation. But, yeah, this does not bode well for the Knicks, what they've just done. Recent history tells us, Perk.
Well, but let me say this now. Recent history also tells us that we're not going to take anything away from Oklahoma City last year. But, we don't know what that outcome would have looked like if Tyrese Halliburton don't tear his Achilles, because that's the start of that Game 7.
We know, Perk. We know.
That started that Game 7. No, I'm just saying. Well, I know you know. I know you know. I'm just saying.
No, but we know. We know. As somebody that got a standing ovation, in Oklahoma City last year, okay, that was sick to watch, by the way.
I was scared, Pat.
I
was scared, Pat.
Yeah.
I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. The way he came out, I was nervous for Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this though. Let me take a moment. Can I take a moment? Because I've been known to be a racist, right? That's what people are about.
Yeah, that is right.
Hey, Joker.
That is right.
Well, can I take a moment to show some love and appreciation to one of my white friends who's on the staff of the New York Knicks? He's the defensive specialist, assistant coach, Darren Erman. Darren Erman, who I won a championship with in 2008.
Shout out.
And let me take you behind the scenes with Darren Erman. Darren Erman was a lawyer. He quit his job. There was paying him $250,000 a year to take on a role with the Boston Celtics, working under Tom Thibodeau, not even hired as a coach, to pursue his basketball dream of being an assistant coach. He quit, moved to Boston, rented out somebody's basement, wasn't getting paid, was the first person at the gym every day. His closet, his office space was in the closet where you used to go and have to turn the lights on to turn in the gym. Like, as soon as you walk in the door, his office was a closet space. There go my guy, Darren Erman. Hey, listen, people don't think that Tom Thibodeau blood is not walking up and down that sideline for New York, but he is a mastermind defensively. I am so proud of him. I saw him last night when I watched from the TV, and when he got up, it hit me. Now, we always text back and forth, but when it got up, it hit me. I said, well, damn, the Knicks game plan defensively is on point. And then I had to look, I'm like, oh, yeah, my brother, Darren Erman.
The X-suit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, thank you for shouting out the white there. Hey, that's a good white tail there.
Right.
We have a widescreen on you there. Whenever you say, can I have a moment? It goes, I've been known to be a racist. It's on the full screen. It's on the full screen. There's going to be captions.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be captions every airport, every diner, every cafeteria. Some guy's going to be walking by who definitely thinks Perk is a racist. Yeah. Going to see it, has his back. It's about fucking time, this guy. Everybody's saying there's I cannot wait. Woo. Shout out Darren Erman, man.
Shout out Darren.
Shout out
Darren Erman.
Big D.
Yeah, happy for him. Get another title, maybe, this guy. Two rings. Fresh out of his suit days, huh? $250,000. They're paying him to be a lawyer. This ain't fulfilling. I'll fucking go live in a closet. And he did. And now he's at the top of it. That's what chasing fulfillment is all about, by the way. I do not recommend that to everybody. Okay? A lot of people talk about us choosing to do this and me retiring and all that type of stuff. It's like, you better know you have something, though. Let's always know that there's something. Let's not just jump off with nothing. Okay? It sounds like Darren Erman did do that, but at least he had some landing spot. Let's make sure we know that. Congrats to him. That's a good American dream story.
Man, sometimes you just got to jump off the porch. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to jump off the porch.
Yeah, but we're saying.
Take that leap.
Yeah, but let's at least know what's on the other, what's off the porch, though. Like, like let's at least know that there's a ground there,
Not lava.
Yeah, we don't want to let's make sure there's a floor somewhere, And Darren Erman had it.
Yeah, he did.
Congratulations to Darren Erman. And he's got those boys.
Yeah,
man.
D'ing up.
I mean,
working.
Darren's D.
As soon as he's at his double D.
That's
D.
right.
And that's from Thibodeau.
Yeah.
They say in there. And the fact that you said, let me shout out my white friend, he's coaching the defense down there. I mean,
makes sense.
Would have thought shooting.
It's unbelievable. Guy. Yeah, shooting too. He probably gets in on the three-point shooting conversation, if I had to guess.
I think that might be Rick Bronson. I just think that might be, personnel, you know what I'm saying? But I know one thing about it. If they are getting up shots, Darren is in that gym. He lives in that gym. 24 hours.
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the other side of the court. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Perk, I was looking at so the Spurs have now lost their first home game in 3 out of the 4 series. They obviously lost last night. They lost game 3 against OKC, which was their first home game. They lost game 1 against Minnesota, which was their first home game. And then against Portland, they actually lost game 2, which was their second home game. So they've lost a home game in each series early, and then they are 20-6 after a loss. So do you think in that locker room they're just business as usual, or do you think maybe there's some worry in the locker room?
Well, I mean, Wemby spoke after the game, and he said he's not worried at all, and he said exactly what he was supposed to say as a leader of this team. Now, I will say this. I got an old soul raised by my grandparents, and they always used to tell me, hey, man, you keep playing with that stove, sooner or later you go get burnt. You keep playing with fire, sooner or later you go get burnt. I get it. History tells us that, hey, they lost game 1 of every single series, and they didn't win this series. Well, I'll tell you what, this ain't one of them. This ain't one of them when you playing against the New York Knicks. Because guess what? The Knicks feel like they could have played better. I guarantee you, Big Body Brunson feel like he could have played better. The Spurs and Mitch Johnson are going to have to dig deep. They're going to have to dig deep in their film room. Wemby is going to have to dig deep for his balance and being able to play extended minutes. Because Luke Cornett came into that game last night and Jalen Brunson face lit up in that pick and roll. So we look, Wemby is going to have to prepare to just go ahead and thug it out. He's going to have to be prepared to play 40-plus if the Spurs are going to have a shot. He's going to have to be prepared of the physicality that's coming from Mitch Johnson and Karl Anthony Towns. The Spurs are going to have to dig deep. If winning the championship was easy, everybody would have done it. At this point, it's going to be a mixture of the sideline with Mitch Johnson and his coaching staff and how much these guys want it. When I say want it, are you going to the facilities late at night to get treatment? Damn it, because your body gonna need it. Are you getting treatment while you at dinner? I know I used to watch LeBron James do it. I used to watch Kevin Garnett do it. I used to watch a lot of all-time greats do it. You know what I mean? Around-the-clock treatment. Massages every day, sometimes twice a day on off days. Like, what are you gonna do to prepare yourself for this moment? Because they better not lose game 2. They better not.
We want IVs at the dinner table.
Yep.
Okay. We want bathing in wine.
Yep.
Okay.
Epsom salt.
We want urine on hands.
Bingo.
To rub up the calluses.
Soften them up.
Right, Perk?
I never heard of that one, Pam.
Well, I thought that was a basketball thing. I thought that was a basketball. It is crazy. Okay, it might
Like
be.
that one.
I mean, maybe it is. But I do appreciate the fact that it's like, hey, this is a long season, 82 games. And now we're at the end of the second season that has happened. Yeah. Now, the New York Knicks, 12 games since April 23rd, basically. They haven't played. They've had a lot of rest. Spurs have had to battle here. Really battle. Young team, too, so they've obviously had long off seasons that have happened leading into this. So can they battle? We hope so. It was nice to see you reference Jalen Brunson, basically little lemon pepper on Lou Cornett, which we know he hates.
Oh, yeah. Not a fan.
Not a fan of lemon pepper. Jalen got his ass.
Who hates lemon pepper?
Lou Cornett.
He do?
Magic City knows.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He do hate lemon pepper. I just thought about it. He do hate. I feel sorry for his loss. Because guess what? I love lemon pepper.
Me too, man.
I love it.
Me too.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm telling you.
How could you not? Yeah, it caused quite a conversation, that entire lemon pepper, because it is incredible.
Delicious.
Yeah. As somebody who has tried it myself, phenomenal work in the grill, in the fryer, I will say. Let's move forward, shall we, Perk? Con Man has the last question for you.
Yeah, Perk, have to know. It's 2008. Let's say you're on the court and a fan runs onto it like it happened last night. Have you ever seen that before? Can't believe that happened. What would you do if you saw some guy running up to, either you or the guy you're defending? Here it is. He comes from the left side of the screen right up to Wemby while he's filming it. What was your thoughts about this?
I mean, one, what an asshole. Some people just do anything for attention. It pissed me off, man, because, somebody probably put a key in his bag to do something dumb like this. And on top of that, it wasn't, first of all, him doing that in itself was already an idiotic move. But to do it doing live ball, like, this wasn't doing a dead ball. This was live action. We don't know what could have happened. We don't know if he could have ran into somebody. What if Dylan Harper decided to change directions? Things could have got ugly with this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, listen. I never preached for somebody to, to go to jail. As a person that done been to jail before, and don't have plans on ever going back. It was the worst 48 hours of my damn life, me being in jail. When I went for a traffic ticket, I had a warrant, I didn't know it, right? Hey, listen, a person like that need to go serve a little bit of time down there in the penitentiary for about a month. They got you got to set the example. You got
scared straight. We need to go back to old school, scared straight. That's what you're saying. We need to let people know.
You got to set an example for somebody like that, man. That you cannot do that. You can't make it about you when we're talking about the biggest stage of the NBA. We're talking about the NBA. They probably had 10 to 15 million people watching it from home. Like, that was a great-ass game. Game one, intensity. It was there a lot of runs in between, a lot of moments. Don't have a selfish moment and run your dumb ass out there on the floor and try to get some light, get some shine. For what?
I agree with that. I thought he was going to get body slammed for sure. In the NFL, whenever that happens, guy gets upended, dumped onto head.
Oh, yeah.
He actually had attention written across his chest. He had a white T-shirt that said attention. And then he was screaming, attention, 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 while he was
dumbass streaming name.
doing the video. So what I'm saying is I agree with you that we can't be having this all the time. Wemby's reaction was phenomenal, because what if Wemby actually lifts up his leg? And
he took a picture.
Yeah, what if Wemby actually lifts up his leg and kicks the kid in the head? Just like
kills him.
We don't know if he was with the same ninjas over there with the monks, potentially had that figured out, killed the kid. But instead, he takes a picture with him. That kid goes to jail. We can't have it happening. But also, yellow shirts, jackets around the arena. Like, what are we doing?
Where you at?
How the hell? The guy got all the way to Wemby? We need not be near Wemby. I mean, this is like Messi type conversation. Like, if LeBron's out, we don't need anybody. Come on now. Let's protect the franchise here. Let's protect the franchise, and hopefully everybody will tighten up. But also, let's not be assholes at these games. We appreciate you, Perk.
Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all Monday.
Hey, that's a pretty big deal. I've been learning that's a pretty big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. It's bigger than big. It's bigger than big.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of.
Like,
that's what I'm kind of realizing. It's going to be incredible. I'm like super locked in.
I got to tell you, I got to understand. This is probably going to set records as far as the audience that's about to watch these NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? We got the stage set, fellas. Monday, Madison Square Garden. We got to be ready to dance. We got to be ready to dance. We got to be ready to dance, baby.
We're ready to dance. Hey, we're ready to two-step. We're going to two-step. We're going to waltz. We're going to do the entire. We're going to do the entire. We'll wobble if we got to. Okay, we're going to do the goddamn whole thing. NBA Finals All Access with us on ESPN2 during Game 3 of the NBA Finals, live from Madison Square Garden. Will be myself, Darius J. Butler, Big Perk, Q Rich. Toxic Table will be up in the sky as we call an NBA Finals game on ESPN2 as an all-cast. It's outrageous. I cannot wait, and I can't thank everybody enough for the opportunity. We're going to have a good time. And we also will have a direct feed to Breen and the boys, too. So whenever there's a potential bang, I could potentially go, send it to Breen.
Yep.
Bang! There's a chance we have a good time out there. So thankful to everybody for the opportunity. And Perk, you're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's NBA champ, Big Perk. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, Perk.
I love off camera. Lemon Pepper, he's talking about the Magic City thing down in Atlanta. Whoever that was off camera knew it.
Yep. You know.
Everything that we're saying, that person.
Yeah.
That's a jersey of some. We're not getting a lot of information on what the fuck they're talking about there. Everything could potentially be something. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who hopefully has a little better attitude.
Yeah, I hope
no
so. This fucking guy.
Stanley Cup champion, ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, Big Horno, Eric Johnson. Oh, look who it is. Horno, no. What's going on, pal?
I'm just pumped to get that DraftKings boost.
All right.
Okay. This is Horno.
All right. I don't like.
We're gonna hit big responsibly.
Responsibly, definitely responsibly. And if you're 21 plus, obviously, we'd like you to join us in any gambling state that is obviously legalized. DraftKings has the United States of America boost happening to plus 250 right now. Jack Eichel, Jackie Aces, good American lad.
Yeah.
1 point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any Apple, secondary Apple is good. A goal, obviously, great as well. And then Gosh to Spear. Hey, Ghosty, we need you to get a point as well. Boosted to plus 250. These are two American lads. Okay, the first time we put a bet on DraftKings for the NHL Stanley Cup Final, it was on two Canadians. And guess what? It didn't hit. Now, we got two Americans tonight, and we got great faith that plus 250 is going to hit. Shout out to DraftKings. Let's go ahead and do this responsibly, but let's enjoy the hell out of the night. Now, Horno, we know you kind of jinxed the last one with your reaction. How do you feel about these two guys registering a point tonight, and what type of game should we look for this evening?
All right. Last time, I will take full responsibility. I let you down. The attitude is back. The positive vibes through the frickin' roof. Eichel will get the point. Gostisbehere will get the point.
Whoa. I don't think you're allowed to make guarantees like that.
We're going to lay the hammer Dahn.
Okay, okay. See, listen, EJ, okay, we're trying.
Not gambling advice.
Not gambling advice. Obviously, we're just offering this as an opportunity. It is a boosted odds on two of the lads coming off of a night that we just had last night. Let's go ahead and continue to ride the lightning, hopefully, but we certainly could lose. Speaking of could lose, what do you see from tonight's game? What should we expect? Will there be a bounce back from this Hurricanes team, who is now a bigger favorite than they were the other night? Are we assuming that this gets the 1-1, or do the Vegas Golden Knights steal 2 in the toughest barn in the NHL in the finals?
Okay, one thing I can guarantee tonight is I think we're going to see a little bit tighter defense from Carolina. Just remember, guys, in the playoffs, they have given up the least goals against per game amongst all the teams. So they know how to keep the puck out of their net. Vegas put 5 on them in game 1. So a really uncharacteristic game from the Carolina Hurricanes. But remember, Vegas can put the puck in the net too. They have a really good power play, 22%. Carolina's power play is at 12%. So just so you guys know, anything above 20 is considered really, really good. So if Carolina is going to get back in this series and even it at 1, they have to get going on the power play. Their power play has been horrendous. They have to keep the puck out of their net. But Vegas, at the same token, both these teams think that they can play a better game. Both teams are better defensively. Both teams can put the puck in the net, but I think you're going to see just a tighter game between both of these teams because they're known for their defense and they know how to keep the puck out of their net. So look for a tighter game. I thought it was going to be a tighter game in game 1. I was wrong. I think it's going to be tighter in game 2.
Yeah, but I think saying game 1's going to be tight is just kind of a normal thing to say, especially as, the big stage, the jitters, new team. We'd rather not give something up. Instead, it was wide open, wide ass open, which is out of the norm for both of them. Rod down there in Carolina had the boys buzzing. They have allowed 2 or fewer goals in 11 of their first 12 games this postseason. Okay. And then obviously first game, 9 goals in total, 5-4. It goes absolutely the opposite direction. And maybe that's because Horno said, I expect this one to go under, but I think water will normally find its level. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, same thing happened in the game 1 of the Canadian series, too. The Canadians kind of poured it on. But Horno, Coach Rod, to Pat's point, also said, hey, look, how the hell are we supposed to win a game when our top line is playing like shite and they got cement in their boots? What do you expect from Jarvo and Aho, and I believe it's Svechnikov as the other one in game 2? Do you think they're going to kind of bounce back, answer this challenge? What do you see from them to start the game and as the game goes on?
And I think, remember, too, guys, this Carolina team, they don't have a ton of Stanley Cup final experience. I think the only guy in their roster that's won a cup is Jordan Stahl. I could be wrong there. There could be one other, but Eichel and all these guys, Stone, they've won a Stanley Cup. They've been there. The moment isn't too big for them. So I think you saw right out of the gates, Carolina pop too quick on Vegas. And then Vegas kind of took a deep breath. They're not overwhelmed by the moment, and they kind of got back to their game. But just remember, Aho, these guys, they haven't played in the finals, so there is some jitters there. I remember playing in 2022 in my first Stanley Cup final, and you definitely feel how big the moment is, and it does take a little while for you to get your legs underneath you. I mean, when you are this close to the Stanley Cup and you see it on the ice like they did in game 1, it's right there for you, right? So these guys maybe just had a little bit of hesitation in their game, but if they're going anywhere, they need Aho to step up in these playoffs. Hasn't had a great playoffs thus far for the Caniacs, so let's see if they can get going here in game 2. Because remember, when a team goes down 2-0 in the Stanley Cup final, only 5 times have a team come back and won the Stanley Cup. So the Canes cannot go.
That's
down
over 100
2-0.
years, by the way.
Time.
That's a long time in which that has happened. And as soon as I lifted this up onto the screen, everybody watching at home, yourself included, while you're speaking, everybody here, you couldn't help but just cast your eyes upon this stuff. And this is just baby Lordo.
So beautiful stuff.
I couldn't even imagine with that Carolina Hurricanes team that just seen it for the first time with literally. That's what they feel.
Looking at that cup makes my nipples hard. I get
classic Horno.
That's what your coach has been saying about
different.
you.
When aren't they?
I feel different when I see it.
Even baby Lordo here, or
baby Lordo. Baby Lordo.
This is Baby Lordo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ty, Golden Knights fan, has a question for you, pal.
Yeah, Horno, you just mentioned how the Knights kind of got popped early last game, and they've just kind of dealt with that all playoffs. It's kind of been their MO that they just don't give up. They come back. A big part of, Torts being the coach. But Do you anticipate that they will start faster tonight? And how do you start faster? I mean, obviously, they're not trying to give up a goal 25 seconds into the game, but how do you see this one starting tonight?
Well, I don't think you're going to see a goal 25 seconds in like we saw last game. And, I think it was really uncharacteristic of how Vegas played last game. I mean, give Carolina credit. They shot themselves out of a cannon in game one, and they looked like they were going to run away with the game. But what impresses me most about Vegas is when you watch these guys, whether they're up, down, tied, they play the exact same way. Their game does not change no matter the score. They just keep putting good shifts on top of good shifts. They stack them together back to back to back, whether they're up, whether they're down. And that's just the sign of a veteran savvy team that knows how to win. And I don't know if you heard John Tortorella mic'd up on the bench last game, but sometimes your team can feel the emotion of your coach, good or bad. And Torts was just saying to these guys, stick to our game plan. If we play how we can play, we're going to get back into this game. And if you watched Vegas last game, they did a lot of East-West bullshit. And what East-West is they try to spread the rink side to side as opposed to going north-south, up and down. So Carolina is going to pick you apart if you try and make those cross-ice passes, which Vegas did, and they got burned on it a few times. But they corrected themselves. They steadied the ship. They found their game, and they took a huge game one in Carolina. I mean, if they get up 2-0, it's going to be a really steep climb for the Hurricanes to get back in this thing. But just watch for more direct north-south play from the Vegas Knights tonight.
All right, EJ Bighorno, we appreciate you as you freeze up at the very last second, which is good news. You're kind of mid. You can see
what the.
It's not the worst.
Yeah,
am I gone?
No,
there I am.
We still hear you.
Or no?
Is this a radio show now? What's going on?
If you're on it,
Eric Johnson.
Hey,
Unbelievable, this guy.
What is he doing, man?
He's the best. He likes this one because maybe this is the one that he potentially sent in.
Okay.
But did you see how positive he was? I definitely support, super support.
Yeah. He was hitting no matter what.
He's a quick learner.
He does not want to be the lad that lets anybody down. That was a very quick thing. He sent a follow-up text as soon as we, I think we got to put the disclaimer. Yeah.
Sorry, we're working on that one back here.
The disclaimer. Hey, listen, don't be assholes.
Yeah. No joke.
1-800-GAMBLER.
No joke. Please do not. This is just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. No, on that note, we do want to win.
Oh, yeah. We had some fun last night.
Yeah.
But we might not. But we do want to win. Join us if you'd like. If you're 21 plus, let's be responsible about this thing. This is going to be a part of our lives as we go forward. Let's never forget it. On the other side, we got massive conversations and some, oh no.
The country roads, Mountain Mama, always take us back to the place we belong, Morgantown, West Virginia, a place that we have never lost a tailgate and are always looking for a reason to celebrate with 1.8 million of our closest friends. Some of the most memorable events on the field have led to some of the craziest moments off the field. In 1993, West Virginia football stayed undefeated, beating a Miami team featuring none other than the Rocks, 17-14, and what turned out to be the second undefeated regular season in the Dahn Nealon era. The fans took to the streets and the field. In 2002, WVU fans took the goalpost down on Mountaineer Field after a big win over ranked Virginia Tech. Did I mention the game was in Blacksburg, Virginia? In 2005, Mike Gansey and company took out the highly seeded Wake Forest Demon Deacons and Chris Paul in double overtime in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Days later, WVU beat Texas Tech in High Street with standing room only. Later in the fall that year, Steve Slayton and Pat White introduced themselves to the country, leading an upstart group of freshmen, featuring a certain host of an ESPN show, to a triple overtime comeback win over Louisville. The students made sure to lighten the load on the trash collectors that week by reducing bulk waste in the form of couches by the dozens that night. In 2018, Will Greer led the Ears to victory in Texas. The fan base hungry for a big win, but thirsty for Busch Light, roasted marshmallows on Lazy Boys that night. Baseball success is something new to the base. As a West Virginia native and alum, there's been little reason to celebrate in the 20th century and the first decade of the 21st. All that has changed. In 2012, WVU hired Randy Mazey and has been a thorn in the side of Big 12 programs since. With Mazey retiring and Steve Saban's taking over in 2024, the squad hasn't missed a beat. After consecutive trips to the Super Regionals in 24 and 25, WVU had an opportunity to do it in front of the very fan base that loves them so much. The one that's seen so many tough years, and they didn't disappoint. The win over UK and subsequent arm-in-arm singing of our beloved country roads let America in on a secret we already knew. West Virginia loves its team. West Virginia is the underdog story, disrespected and mocked. The faithful is undeterred. In sport, the term us against the world is played out, but in our case, it's accurate. WV doesn't have to have a great reason to throw a party, but it's a hell of a lot cooler when they have one.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Stanley Cup Thursday, June 4th, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Sports are the greatest, and tonight the Stanley Cup Final will be hosting its second game as the Vegas Golden Knights travel into the Carolina Hurricanes. Absolute crazy barn in Raleigh, North Carolina, to try to make it a 2-0 Stanley Cup Series lead heading back to Vegas for Game 3. The Hurricanes, minus 162, a bit more of a favorite than they were in Game 1. Will they be able to bounce back? Will Jarvie and the lads install an American legend, a man who scored a goal in the 2009 Stanley Cup Final and then also scored in 2026 as his brother cranked the siren? What will tonight hold? We shall see. But the Vegas Golden Knights have seemed to be on an absolute mission since hiring Torts as their head coach with 8 games left in the regular season. All roads lead to Lordo Stanley Cup. Will the Golden Knights touch it again? Or will the Carolina Hurricanes touch it again? They haven't done it since the 90s. Obviously, they've been around, or 2006 maybe. They were founded in 1997.
20 years,
yeah, it's been 20 years. They're founded in 97. 2006, they win the Cup. It's been forever. The Vegas Golden Knights only been around for like 10 years. Already have won one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Who's taking Lordo home? Who gets one win closer? We shall see tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, as Disney and ABC and ESPN own the finals of both the NHL and the NBA. I think loving of sport is very apparent, and I think home of sport also very apparent. Cannot wait to watch the atmosphere tonight. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Ty, huge news for your Vegas Golden Knights. They go up 1-0. Huge news for your Packers. Christian Watson goes crazy. And huge news for your WNBA team, the Indiana Fever. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. He loves the Indiana Fever tonight.
What?
He loves the Minnesota Lynx tonight.
Wow.
And then I saw that there was potentially a Caitlin Clark to go for 30-plus tonight. Gumpy, what is the big hubbub about the Fever in Minnesota tonight in your mind?
This is a big one tonight. Atlanta in Indiana. Angel Reese's first time in Indiana against Caitlin Clark since she joined the Atlanta Dream. So this is a massive matchup. As far as Minnesota goes, they're the best bet in the WNBA right now. They were a dog the other night by 4 points, beat the team by like 20. This Minnesota team is unreal.
Okay, we like the Fever all good? Is there still a fever in the locker room, or have we kind of cooled down a little?
They're going to figure. They'll come together tonight.
CC said.
We'll see against Angel Reese. I mean, we'll have to certainly do
behind the
that.
scenes.
One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. And joining us now live from Manatee in Ohio is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, COVID survivor, father of 10, and now a College Football Hall of Fame nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
So,
shout out to Perk and his white friend Darren Ehrman, the defensive specialist. I like that.
How about the full screen? I've been known to be a racist.
That was a great start. Beautiful start to it.
Can I say something real quick?
That
was it.
Can I have a moment? Can I have a moment? Yes, you certainly can. I want to shout out a white. I love it.
Okay.
Anytime Darren Ehrman's a guy. Let's obviously celebrate Darren Ehrman. Let's celebrate Perk. Celebrating a white person. I think that is certainly something that should be noted, at least in the annals of Perk's takes.
Yeah.
But let's also celebrate you, AJ. Where do we sit for you becoming a College Football Hall of Famer today as opposed to yesterday?
that's a good
what
question.
have we done overnight to maybe make our case better? Have you done anything?
Yes, so much has happened. I'm sure there's been so many developments from yesterday when you talked about this until right now. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but sure, maybe in like 4, 5, 6 months we'll figure something out.
Are we going to have somebody else cover this because AJ won't tell us the truth?
Yeah. Certainly.
There's nothing to cover. What do you mean there's nothing to cover?
You're telling me they just announce it and then do nothing with it? Yeah, right.
Like during the college football playoff, I think they announce who gets in.
Bobby
right?
Carpenter's checking the polls every single day. We should at least have him telling us the reality of what's going on.
Don't you think maybe you should be putting your Ohio State Buckeye helmet on and your pads on and doing some workouts to let them know and remind them what it could look like, and what it did look like? Maybe get Bob to dress up in Michigan gear.
Yeah, there you go.
And then just
lay 'em out.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that even for the bit. So. Yeah.
No, we'll put a mask on him so nobody knows it's him. But I think being a bigger guy with his build would be perfect for the video. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, though?
We'll do some like Oklahoma drill, me and Bob. I tell you what, though, Bob doesn't know how to not go 100%, so that's going to be a big collision. I don't want any part of that.
No, but he puts the Michigan stuff on. He'd be, I'm so soft. Will. That's how he will react. I'm not saying that's how he should act, but I'm just saying that is potentially how he would act. And then you tell the College Football Hall of Fame voters, which we know who they are.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sure.
That one guy.
We hand deliver them DVDs of you back in the pads, living the glory days, just a nice reminder. And we make sure that you're getting celebrated this college football playoff. Speaking of college football playoff, there's been a lot of chatter about everything going on in college sports right now. And I'll tell you, Coach Saban, he dropped himself into politics, I guess, because he went and spoke at D.C.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't happy with him.
Yeah.
Why?
He's wearing it a bit.
Well, he's saying, well, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the biggest issue with him doing?
Well, he profited, certainly.
You like your three houses, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, they're coming after him because he profited off of college football. Obviously, he's the greatest of all time at his profession, so you're certainly going to have success. But the immediate counter to him trying to put any type of messaging together about maybe there should be some guardrails on this entire thing, I guess the angle in which you can flip that is he's trying to put a cap on. This guy's trying to put a salary cap on something that doesn't have a cap before there's even a conversation about this. And this guy didn't have a cap on what his deal could be. And I was like, well, there is a market and there is that entire thing that isn't kind of known right now. But very fair argument against Coach Saban has been made. But I think Coach Saban's saying, it's saying about me, all right? This is about, like, doing something sustainable. I don't know if anything's going to happen. Big Ten SEC coming out saying they don't like it. Coach Saban gave a speech where I thought he laid out if you took the entirety of what he spoke as opposed to just like the individual things, I think he laid out a pretty compelling case about like caring about athletics as a whole. But the other side of it, the people like Mulugeta's come out. And we know Mulugeta, we have massive respect for Mulugeta. And he's come out and been like, interesting, this guy's the one that's kind of talking about this. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't know this was going to be such a big sticking point on the other side there, because what they're saying is you're trying to put a cap now on something where there is no cap. So who are you trying to? And I'm like, what an angle. What an angle. Because you don't
what
even.
An angle. But when you hear Coach Saban talk about it, going from 2.7 his first year in NIL, and some teams are upward of $40 million right now, it's true. Like, where does it stop?
Yeah, and that's what Saban's point is. But then I guess I didn't even think about the agents being like, especially Mulugeta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I did, like maybe the agents that we all don't want to be agents, like people that don't actually understand business, people that have watched movies on what it's like potentially, and then they're agreeing to terms and deals in behalf of people that don't know much about the business as well, that are terrible deals for both the person they are representing and also never going to be fulfilled from the other side. So there's a big conversation. The NFLPA had to go through like legitimizing agents, what agents aren't legitimate, what you have to go through. So like there's obviously a lot of that happening. And I thought you would see a lot of bad agents, people that aren't actual agents, bad business people coming out mad about Coach Saban. When it was Mulugeta that came out, I was like, well, they got problems now. If Mulugeta's not happy with it, the Big Ten's not happy with it, SEC's not happy with it, it's like, I don't know, man.
It's not happening.
I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Cruz is meeting with
Bingo.
Sankey and Petiti today or sometime soon to go over what would make them accept that deal.
And then Mulugeta, it sounds like his angle is we're putting a cap on something that doesn't have a salary cap, so earning and everything like that. I wonder if they're ever going to get off of that, And it's like, I don't think so, because we're seeing what's happening with MLB and MLBPA right now where that's a big cap. But it's like, is Mulugeta
agents,
also...
agents are never going to be happy about making less money.
I thought based on Ted Cruz meeting with Petiti and Sankey separate from everybody else, and then Pete Pavakwa, Notre Dame's AD, was talking, and he was talking about like a super league and saying like, yeah, sure, would people want to see Notre Dame, playing, Alabama and Georgia and Michigan and Ohio State I think that's what we're trending for. Like we're trending towards that. I think it's going to be a super league. A bunch of teams are kind of going to get left in the dust, and that's just going to be the new reality. And then who knows how all of this conversation works into that, but it seems, if Ted, the ACC commissioner, the Big 12 commissioner, how would you feel if it's like you are arguing all day with this, and then the next day it's like, well, Petiti and Sankey, they're going to go meet with Ted Cruz privately. They're going to talk with him. You know what I mean? It's like
they did kind of it's like Big little 12 brother the hell out of them.
Big 12 they unanimously said we're for it last week, I believe, at their meetings. But Petiti came out after Pete Pavakwa. He said that, and then Pete kind of said, I don't really want that, though. And then Petiti also said there's been no talk of the Super League yet. So there's a lot that needs to be figured out, but it will be. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be figured out. The Mulugeta piece, he's very influential. He is very influential for the players' side of this thing. So when I saw him put up the tweet, I was like, ooh, there might be a lot more trouble there. So you got your two biggest conferences, and you got most powerful agent in football. Not liking it. All right. I believe in Coach Saban, though.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And they said this isn't a final version. We still need to make work, but we need to go in a direction somewhere. Hey, let's go get it done.
Good luck, guys.
But on that note, I think if you get a couple people, you can sway a couple people.
More confident today than yesterday.
Yeah, like Petiti and Sankey, very influential people. Mulugeta, very influential. So I don't know if they're going to try to get Mulugeta as well as they are with Petiti and Sankey. I don't know if Mulugeta will even listen or anything like that. But if you do win over a couple influential players, all of a sudden we got a lot of movement. And boom, if we're able to get some movement, we're able to get some guardrails, we're able to celebrate college sports for what they are while the players are getting paid the value in which they have earned. That's euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good luck, boys.
Good luck.
And ladies. Get it done. I don't know if you saw, speaking of college sports, there was a big E. Lawson commitment to the West Virginia Mountaineers. And this is from my understanding, a hill in Virginia. Okay, this guy lives deep in the hills of Virginia. And this is certainly on his property. You can't get a car or a minivan or any other vehicle that is loaded to his house. Got to go four-wheeling. Got to have a Jeep. Got to have a jacked-up truck to get to where this guy lives, I guess. Perfect for the West Virginia Mountaineer offensive line. Love that he did this. He's a monster. I guess he's 6'6", 6'7", obviously huge. In the winter, they can't even get cars, snowmobile to home, okay, where he's at. I think West Virginia's back. Yeah, 6'6", 300 pounds. They say he's a 3-star, but they couldn't find the other 2 stars because they were lost on the voyage to his house up in the fucking mountains. So this guy's going to West Virginia. We got couches being lit all over the place. We got the West Virginia baseball team in the Super Regional tomorrow that's about to showcase Morgantown even more. So the college people, I know Rich Rod is like, hey, I'm just trying to get a fucking first down. You guys can figure out how to do everything else. Where West Virginia sports is headed right now, and where a lot of places sports are headed right now, we obviously hope that we can maintain this type of up and to the rightness, and we think college sports are very, very important to society. Obviously, a lot of us have kids now. I have a daughter, Mackenzie. She's 3 years old. She's very active. She's in my family, so she's going to be doing a lot of sports. Would obviously love the ability to continue to further education, to have a goal to get a scholarship, to go represent, and if NCAA, I mean, that's coming from a professional league. I mean, Kennedy's making $1.5 million as a pitcher in softball. It's like, how much is that happening? So let's keep it going, okay? Let's get the deal done. Because we don't need the fast cash now and no cash later.
Yeah, that's very,
We'd like to have cash.
All the time.
Well, this way, I guess.
Either way, as long as it's up.
Just protect the guys. Protect the players from the terrible agents, taking 40%, in perpetuity. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, and the bad deals. And the non-fulfilled deals.
Which Mulugeta would agree with.
You would think, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have to because that protects the players.
Mm-hmm.
And it protects the good agents, too.
Yeah, it
protects
makes
the ones
them
that are doing it the right way.
Exactly, yeah.
So it has to be common ground. We'll get as a deal maker.
I don't want a super league either. I like having an allegiance.
Definitely not.
I like having an allegiance.
Kind of 50-50 on that one.
Well, like 2 years
He's from Boston, not from a college town.
Yep.
You are Iowa Hawkeye fan since birth. So right there at that table, sitting a mere 2 feet away from each other, you have the two football fan who loves college football and college football fan who's been with college for a long time right there happening right in front of our eyes. And that's kind of what they got to deal with as they're trying to make all these deals. The diehards, who certainly feel a certain way about the purism of college sports, which we understand money is happening now. Okay, money's cool, but we can't just be throwing everything out the window here. We still got to at least, we're still SEC big, that we're still, something matters still. It's like, well, Super League would mean, yeah, everything matters. And it's like, well, if everything matters,
no thanks.
Then nothing matters.
Does anything matter?
Well, that's like the NFL, though. It's like every single week we have these massive, massive games. I don't really have a dog in the fight, but when it comes to the idea of a Super League, I'm not like, oh, that would suck, screw that. Just because of the fact that if we were talking about Notre Dame playing Ohio State and Georgia and all the teams,
and next week Bama,
Ty listed and Bama, like that isn't like a, oh no, screw that, I don't even want to hear that. It's like, well, hold on. Let's see what that actually has to do. But I do think like you can't get rid of like the rivalries. You can't get rid of stuff like that. And the beauty of college football is all those things. It's just typically those bottom 50 teams. It's just a college football fan, like you just mentioned. It's not as if I'm writing home about MAC, and I do know.
Oh, I don't give a shit about the MAC.
No, this in a Super League.
I don't give a shit
50%
about
of
the MAC.
Power 4 conference teams.
And I don't give a shit about like Rutgers and teams, but like Iowa's been in the Big Ten for like over 100 years.
Dylan Harper.
But like 3 years ago, would IU have been invited
You see how
to a
good
Super
their
League?
basketball team did when he was there? They had 2 guys get picked in the top 5. They didn't even make the fucking tournament.
Man.
Well, he's not on the basketball team.
Yeah, he's not a basketball coach.
Let's pivot away from college football, which we assume will get figured out. Good luck to all parties.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And we will watch because we love ball. And I love college football. It is spectacular. Different than NFL football. On the field, but it's all of this shit that makes college football spectacular. We can never lose that, especially in college sports as a whole. I assume everybody will get that figured out and everybody has the same mindset. Joining us now is a guy that's going to tell us everything happening around the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a senior insider for NFL Network. Junior NFL insider at the worldwide leader, ESPN. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
Junior.
Deuce.
He loves that.
That not as good. Junior is fine.
Oh, come on, Deuce.
Why?
Come on,
I
Deuce
think
is
of
like...
Deuce Gruden. I can't be Deuce Gruden.
Don't be a douchebag.
No, don't think it... Don't think of Deuce Gruden.
Yeah.
He was awesome. And don't think of Deuce Bag.
Or piece of Deuce.
Yeah, none of that. This
Or
is
Bigelow.
Deuce, like the second, like
Deuce
Junior.
McAllister.
Yeah.
Staley.
Sure.
Dog. Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of the good ones, not the bad ones.
All right.
All right, Junior, let's dive in. Russell Wilson retires, obviously, the last couple years.
Whoa. I'm sorry, not to correct you. I did not hear the R word in his announcement, as far as I could tell.
Waiting for someone to call him?
Here's my sense. Yeah, I mean, look, that was a nice video. I thought it was really cool and a really nice tribute and shout out and kind of remembrance and all that. The one thing I didn't quite hear was I'm done with football forever. And like we've seen, now he's going to CBS. I think he's going to do a really nice job. It is a perfect place for him. And like, if you've heard Russell talk, he's probably been planning to be on TV or in politics maybe for quite a while. But, there is always a chance that you get to like October, November, a good team loses a quarterback, has a backup they don't love, and someone says, you know what, might we want to give this guy a call? And so, like, you know, people have called it a retirement. I kind of didn't see it like that. I felt more it's like I'm going to do this unless some team comes calling for a starting time.
Oh, my gosh. That would be that would be
dramatic.
First of all, what you just said is hilarious. And then immediately upon you starting to speak, I'm like, Team 3, obviously.
Yeah.
This would be a way to announce that he's going to CBS without ever really working the angles. And he said, you know, football, thank you, like 4 thank yous at one point.
Oh, yeah.
There was not one, I'm done with playing football in there. I mean, I guess that is kind of the nitpickiness of having to kind of decipher what the words mean in there. Wow.
I mean, it's not impossible. Like,
Classic 3.
That is so Russell. Just one last time.
Yeah.
One last time. Incredible work here.
Let's ride.
Honestly, yeah, let's ride. Let's do all those things. Go Hawks. I appreciate him doing that, and I think he's going to be good on CBS. Okay, well, good luck with we love football too, Russ.
Yeah. Think he's going to be great.
We do think you're going to be absolutely great. Let's talk about Christian Watson. He just signed for $110 million with the Green Bay Packers. They lose Dobbs. Obviously, he exits, but now they got Reed and Watson and obviously Jordan Love, another year under his belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
More established franchise quarterback. What is this messaging, and how do you feel about the Green Bay Packers going forward?
First of all, so they had 3, I would say, good playmaking receivers. 1 in Dobbs they let walk, and the 2 sort of more explosive guys they paid. And I think that was interesting to me, is that, like, look, Watson has not been perfect. He has been injured. He has had significant injury and missed, you know, a bunch of games over 4 years. When he has played, he is excellent. And this is a really strong deal. It's about $23 million per year at its base, about 27 or so at its max, and gives him the kind of security that he really has wanted. There is a possibility, if he goes out and plays 17 games, that he is going to make this deal look like a bargain for the Packers. But, like, that's the goal, right? I mean, that's the goal. That's what you want. And, you know, what he gets is security right now rather than kind of play it out. But if he is healthy for every game, I mean, this is a absolutely electric receiver. Dobbs has been, I would say, more maybe reliable, but they allowed him to walk. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how that plays out and kind of what the end result is. The other thing is Tucker Kraft is still out there. And, you know, I would consider him to be a big-time priority for Green Bay. And that, I mean, it looks great as he's coming back, looks excellent. I wouldn't be surprised if contract talks waited until he's, like, fully cleared. But, you know, if you're talking about a guy who will probably reset the tight end market that badly needs to be reset, that would probably be one of them. Laporta would probably be another.
Okay, now let's go to the defense. Congrats to Tucker Kraft, by the way, if he gets paid fresh off of all this. And he looks awesome.
Nice shirtless video.
Yeah, he looks awesome here. I mean, this is like a movie character type shit here. And maybe he'll become that once again for...
He actually said, take notes, Ivan Drago. So
Yeah, so he is
going
straight out of a movie character. Let's go to the defensive side. Micah Parsons, PUP to start, 4 weeks at least. What are our thoughts on his recovery? And is this what we expected at the end of last year?
You know, it's what I had thought just based on the timeline, but like Patrick Mahomes has a similar timeline, and I think there's a pretty good chance we see Mahomes on the field for week 1. So, like, you never really know either, 1, how hard a player is going to push it and risk it, and 2, if a team is willing to allow him to do it. The Packers traditionally have been, I would say, conservative medically. Like, they make sure that their guys are fully healthy and ready to go no matter what. I would put that in this category. And I mean, if I was a Packers fan, or really just a fan of great players in general, I would have really liked what I heard from Micah Parsons. It was mature, it was reasoned, it was very intelligent, and it was the smartest thing for his career. Because, look, could he play in September? Probably could. Would he put himself at risk? Yeah, I think he would. He will be back in, you know, they play the Cowboys, I think early October, whenever that is. I would probably keep an eye on that one. But, like, he needs to be on the field in December and January, and he knows that. And this was a really good thing to hear for, you know, someone who cares about football players, because, like, he wasn't like, me, I want to be out there, I want to play. It's like, this is what's best for everyone involved for him to be out there in October fully healthy.
Vikings, Jets, Falcons to start the season for the Green Bay
When's
Packers.
the Cowboys?
October, maybe.
On it.
It's tracking.
Gotta be prime time.
It is week 6.
Yeah, so
on NBC.
Ooh. Interesting.
So 5-6 weeks is interesting time to recover and come back.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, so this is probably it, huh? Okay, so let's assume Mike. Yeah, let's assume this is when he's going to be coming
Chicago
back.
the week
Defense running out first.
Do you think Roger Goodell's giving a call?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Michael.
you're available week 6.
The Bears are a 4:25 game the week before that.
Hold the
Oh, that's going to be a 1-2 punch there. Micah's warm-up game is one of the greatest rivalries in the history of sport between the Packers and the Bears. Small town, big town. Caleb, Jordan Love, Ben Johnson, LaFleur. Now we got Micah getting ready to dominate the NFC North as the Cowboys await on Sunday Night Football. A trip into now Micah's homeland of Lambeau. Yeah, you can already see the story being told.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's week 5.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Welcome back, Micah.
Go, Micah.
Hey, Micah.
With how many games there are in the seasons now?
Exactly. I mean,
we're going to get to 22 games in a season, so guys are going to be missing 4 or 5.
God help us.
Down.
Rap, you came on our show. We were just on the internet, which obviously we're grateful that you used to do that for us. As soon as the 17-game thing happened, we were like, Rapport, tell us about the 17-game thing. And then you got done talking all your bullshit, whatever talking points you got. And then as soon as you were done, we're like, 18 games coming when?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't think so. No. This feels like they're pretty content. Remember how long it took to go from 14 games to 16 games, and then to get from 16 to 17? Obviously, very long time. The NFL's like the Titanic. They're a slow-moving ship. And then it was 2 months into that deal where they're like, 18's inevitable just because having an even number, obviously, of matchups of 2 conferences and also with what we're doing. It does feel like it's inevitable. Once we get to 18, do we think we're immediately going to say, once this gets to 20 games.
Can't.
Got to go through a season of 18, but if it goes well,
why not?
I'm down for March 1st Super Bowl.
Why not move it to April?
Whatever.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Oh, my God. When is golf season? Come on.
Oh, you lazy.
After the draft.
Okay. Oh, now, Rap, let's talk about that, though. Les Need said, and this is obviously a topic of conversation in their building because they're playing in Australia. He goes, we play on every day but Tuesday. He said, we have a game on Wednesday. We have a game on Thursday. We have a game, I think, on Friday. If they flex us into a Saturday game later, which could be possible, we'll be on Saturday, we'll be on Sunday, and obviously we play Monday. He was like, Tuesday's really the only day we're probably not going to play on this upcoming season. It is crazy, Rap, and you've obviously been around the NFL and working for the NFL for a long time in the media arm with NFL Network. Obviously now there has been an acquisition by Disney and ESPN with NFL still there and NFL Network still doing its programming. It sounded like there was a lot of fears and worries, but it's continuing to do the same exact shit, right? Aren't we all kind of doing the same thing, covering this sport, which we
Sounds
appreciate?
right, yep.
It's actually opened more doors, I think, for NFL Network and ESPN collab, which is obviously what we're experiencing right now. But what do you think the end game is for the NFL? Obviously, we know they want one international game seemingly for every team, whether people like it or not. They want 18 games. They want less preseason. Like, what do you think end game is actually for NFL? And will they always just keep pushing, you think?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say is I don't know that there's like an end game, right? Because when they get to 18, and I do believe it's inevitable, though I don't know, like, I don't think it's going to be next year. I think some of it will depend on how willing the NFLPA is to really engage and talk, and I haven't quite gotten that sense from them yet. So it might still be a little ways off. You know, the next CBA deal is however many years away. So maybe it's then or maybe a little bit sooner. But I do think it eventually gets there. I think that will come with 2 preseason games, probably an international game every week. And then it's like, what else? Because
2 bye weeks.
If there's anything I've learned over the last several years, it's that, and this kind of really started with COVID, which is the time I really blacked out mostly, except for this part of it. You could put a game on any day of the week and I'm watching. And I am for sure not alone. And so, like, I know Les Snead was kind of joking about the Tuesday game, but he wasn't joking at all. Because, like, the NFL blankets the fall and into the winter. And when they put a game on, we all watch it and then we all talk about it the next day. And, like, I don't know that we've reached a point where people are like, whew, another football game. I really don't want to watch that. Like, I'll watch it all times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they kind of got us.
From
They
anywhere.
know. They know they got us.
Yeah.
That's kind of a part of the problem.
That's
We are a
okay.
part of the
And that's
problem.
okay.
We're a
That's
part of the
okay.
problem. I mean, we certainly benefit both in our lives, our feelings, our emotions, and also everything else from
Every
the
holiday,
game.
it's great.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. And, this was kind of like what the Red Zone channel conversation happened last year, that I found myself in the middle of it because there was an announcement that there was going to be 2 45-second or 30-second commercials or something that is no longer commercial-free football. And we broke the news, and then I say immediately, we do not care. We are going to continue to watch it. And then I had a bunch of people say, isn't that nice? You don't care. I do care. Is anything sacred? How come they try to make everything into something? Can I not just watch the Red Zone channel that I'm already paying a bunch of money for without having to be force-fed some fucking ad in this entire thing? Is nothing sacred? That's what I got 1,000, maybe 10,000 of those messages. I became like the face of not understanding that the NFL is trying to make money off of everything, and we're sick of it. Crowd, basically, which made its way almost to government, I think, here just a couple weeks ago. But it's real, though. Like, I'm part of the problem. I'm going to watch it. And if they run those 2 ads, I'm probably looking at my phone. And I'm going to be right back into it.
Or you might just watch it and then keep watching football. That also happens.
Hell, I might
Maybe
watch it
sometimes
and
they
buy
have
the
something you
car
like.
that they're trying to sell me.
Which is a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And they are charging them a lot of money to get on that, obviously, because how many people are there. But what you just said is exactly our part of the problem. We'll watch it. You put that Wednesday afternoon football during COVID, Pittsburgh Steelers, Washington Commanders. I watched that thing. Or Baltimore Ravens.
RG3.
I watched that thing
Triple sticks.
immediately. You put that thing on at 8 a.m. in Australia, I'm probably going to wake up and watch it. I woke up 6 a.m. on vacation to watch American hockey. So, I am a part of the problem, but we got to make sure that the NFL understands they need to treat their fans right, though.
Agreed.
And let's not abuse these fans, because obviously we're up and to the right, and it's because of the fans, so let's never forget it. But it's also because it's the greatest sport.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
You're right.
On our screen.
There you
Is
go.
this right or left?
On
That would be right.
Depends.
For us, yeah.
For us, yeah.
That's where we're trying to go, though. We're trying
the
to go
viewer.
up. We're trying to go up that way, up to the right, which every rating is going that way.
Yeah.
Except for some people, though. What happened to those people? They just didn't. What is going on?
They just can't get it figured out.
There's some of them that it just doesn't seemingly happen. But it does seemingly, sports going this way, NFL going this way. Let's not abuse all these people that are this right here. This
building
is the
it.
thing. Yeah, let's make sure we go ahead and acknowledge the greatness. Now, speaking of acknowledging greatness, Pittsburgh Steelers have been spending a lot of money. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, so far this offseason wrap, they have paid Chris Boswell. They paid Herbig. Yesterday they paid Darnell Washington. When is Joey Porter Jr. going to get paid? Because he's one of those other guys who is coming up here. And he's probably going to get top 5, top 10 corner money. So what do you think about all these contracts, what Joey getting paid, and then with Herbig getting paid, is there any talk? Pittsburgh wants to know if there's any talk of the other 2 edges getting
Go ahead.
traded.
Just ask. It's okay. Go
TJ
ask.
or Hightower. Or Highsmith, sorry, getting traded.
All right. Right. So let's get to the part that you really wanted to ask first. I do. I mean, really, because as soon as it became clear that Herbig was going to get a deal, it was like, hold on, they have so much money on the edge. What are they going to do with TJ? What are they going to do with Highsmith? My sense this year is nothing. I don't get the sense Highsmith is going anywhere. I don't get the sense TJ Watt is not going anywhere this year. He is not. He is going to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, after this year, I would imagine they have a decision to make one way or the other. TJ Watt's contract is enormous. He has been a one-helmet player. I would say every one-helmet player, you'd sort of like them to stay in the uniform, but we have learned, as we did this past week, that there is a price for everyone. So we'll see where that goes. I just know at the second most important position, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot invested and are very well situated. I just don't think anything will happen this year. As far as Joey Porter Jr., I know he said all the right things to the media. He's here. He's ready to work and all of that. Sometimes what teams do is they get the deals done, that they can get done now. And the ones that might be a little tougher, like, for instance, Joey Porter Jr., maybe you say, we'll take that up to the deadline. Their deadline is right before the season. We have seen deals happen on Saturday night before the season. I'm not sure we're ready to say Joey Porter Jr. is not getting a deal.
What was that?
What about Joey Porter Jr.?
What were you saying?
Before AJ interrupted you?
AJ just started talking directly into the microphone, just saying, trying to communicate back to the Thunderdome. We kind of cut you off there a little bit.
That's okay.
Talking about.
I would no. I want to hear from. I want to hear more from AJ than I do.
You're over the air, dickhead.
Click
That's
the right
on
button.
us. Sorry, boys. That's on us.
I thought my button worked.
I
It
thought
didn't
I
work.
said something. I was like, what could I possibly have said?
No,
I want to ask a
Joey
follow-up to
Porter
that.
Sr.?
No, we
Somehow?
So the magic of everything that's taking place. AJ's in an attic in Ohio, so it is not always the easiest to understand what he is looking to talk about, as we're all sitting here. So we've plugged in some wires that are supposed to have AJ press button to my ear, and I'm able to talk to AJ. Today we have learned that it is not working. So AJ was going to send message to back wall or back room there. Then back room was going to relay it to me so I could send this thing to an attic in Ohio. Turns out, though, he was not talking on any back channels. He was just talking wide open. And, every once in a while AJ does get kind of
you never know what
funny
that guy-
in there. Yeah. So we wanted him to know immediately that we could all hear what he was saying. Just in case, because he could have said there, rap was
Hey,
really,
hot mic, man. That is a scary thing.
well, for you mostly, because that would normally be something about whoever's on show, and then there would be a thing that is happening. But I think what he was going to say there is, rap looks fantastic on this particular Thursday. I think is what we heard him say.
You think? Is that what he was saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what we
I
heard.
was saying that. They cut me off right before the end of that. Yeah.
Wow. AJ, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
AJ's College Football Hall of Fame nominee.
He's not in?
Not yet.
That is a good question.
Go ahead, AJ.
Good job. Rap sheet. Hey, we were talking about the Steelers, obviously, and going on there. But what about around the league before the season? Do you see any other big time guys getting traded? And I know that there's talk. I don't know, like Kamara, Ayuk, different guys like that. Are they trade possibilities?
Yeah, I would say Ayuk. We'll start with the Ayuk thing first. I would like to know more about his kind of like off the field situation. I mean, got a speeding citation yesterday and posted a video of him going around a track. Like, it's not, I don't know. I would like to know more. And he's sort of in a weird place with the 49ers. I know we've talked about this before. Where like, I believe the Commanders are interested. I believe the 49ers would like to trade him, and I don't see the Commanders trading for him. So we're just like in a weird limbo. But, just like with the A.J. Brown situation, where when the deadline comes, the two teams come together and make a deal. Maybe there's something that I don't see right now that they could come together on a deal. But I do believe he's going to be on the move. Kamara is really interesting to me because, so yesterday, he just showed up, which normally you'd say like, okay, what's the big deal? It was kind of a surprise appearance. He's on the hook for $11 million. My thought is that the team would like to pay less, but they haven't asked him to take a pay cut to my knowledge. It's just sort of been out there in the ether. So he kind of just showed up. And I don't know if it's to force their hand or to be like, let's deal with this now. But if he is free, like I think he'll, get a job and be a, big time back for somebody.
They bring in Travis Achan.
Yep.
Right? They bring in.
Pay a lot for him.
They pay a lot for him. Alvin Kamara immediately comes out and says, like, people think I have beef about this. It's like, no, you need a good backfield. Like, he said the things about, like, being a part of a great backfield down there. We would obviously love to see Kamara on a contender. Okay, that would be cool to see because of how much fun he is as a football player. But I don't think he has indicated anything that he wants to leave New Orleans, right?
No.
Opposite. I mean, so he came out, I forget what the quote, it was kind of funny. It was like, when I'm not playing for the Saints, I'll be like sipping daiquiris or something, which people think about daiquiris as like the frozen daiquiris, but there's actually another drink that's just like a daiquiri that's actually really delicious. Most people don't know that. But I think that's what he was really thinking about. But anyway,
What the fuck?
he said he wants for the.
What are
no,
you
it's
talking
true.
about?
If you just drink a daiquiri, not like a frozen daiquiri, when you go to a resort and you get like a daiquiri and they give you like the big ice drink, looks like a
do
pina
you want
colada.
it frozen or do you want it on the rocks? Is that what you're saying?
I want it on the rocks. I don't want it frozen. A regular daiquiri is like a really good.
Just like a
drink.
margarita.
Oh, so you just want like the booze cocktail on the rocks?
Yeah, you don't want the full.
I don't want the like
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm with you.
Live a little.
Why not? You don't want to, when you're looking at the water and it's 100 degrees and you're kind of scorching hot, you don't like pick that up, see, a little bit of a chill on the hand, and then you kind of do the entire thing. You'd rather the melted ice in the.
I'm out on that.
That's a shitty looking daiquiri.
Dude, try Miami
That
Vice.
was awful.
Dude,
Get a Miami Vice. Miami Vice are great with frozen.
Yeah, and then you can even get a spoon.
I like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Spoon. What? Is this dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on
It's not like
vacation.
a snow cone.
Mudslide?
So you guys like
mudslide.
You guys like frozen margaritas more than margaritas?
Yeah, actually, strawberry marg. You give me frozen, and I want sugar around the top if we're doing this entire thing.
How hot out is
I don't know that my wife was watching this,
110.
but I'm just going to read you the text that she sent me.
Okay.
Lime, rum, and simple syrup.
Take out the trash.
Yeah,
That is exactly.
she probably did tell me
How
to
many
do that.
times do I have to tell you?
Take out the trash.
Oh, not
I mean, that is my job, so but I'm honest. You know?
I doubt it. We know the way your house works. You're not picking up a trash bag.
No.
Yeah, right. You have no idea how to even pull the strings on that thing.
Exactly.
How did you get this thing out
He picked it up
here?
one time and went, ooey.
Yeah, you know the one that has like obviously got to step on it so
Yep.
it buzzes.
Yeah.
And the garbage bag is like wrapped around the inside of
Right.
the thing.
Yep.
Those ones are difficult.
Difficult because your little fingy.
Yeah.
You gotta get your fingies. There's no way he's ever.
No, not a chance.
Leah, how do you?
Max, come on!
Jude!
What'd you do?
So offensive.
I see the bag.
actually-
I don't know how to remove the bag.
That actually can be tricky. I mean, I know that can be tricky because you got the thing and you got to lift, and it's a whole thing.
Oh, so you're saying you're trying to prove that you have done this before. We know you've
Yeah.
never
I
taken
can
out the
do it.
trash
I'm
in
just
your
saying,
life.
like, not everybody could do it, but I can do it.
Picks up the can,
everybody
throws the
could
whole
do it.
thing out.
We put a lawnmower in front of you. Any way you could get that fucker on?
Like, will you switch it on, or you got to do the like the?
Oh, yeah. He's not cranking one.
I've tried. No, I've tried. It's a disaster.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I can't even joke. I've tried. I could not. It's not happening. That grass is going to be long.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't turn on a lawnmower. We got to, let alone even the choke that if we were to mention a choke right there.
Got to prime it.
Yeah, I did choke actually. You know, just like the classic stories. Like that would be an entire thing. Okay, pumping gas. You pump gas?
Electric car. So
plug it in.
You drive?
You do.
But I put the thing in myself. That's easy. Put it right in the garage.
Okay, so we know you don't lift that garbage bag up.
No, his wife grills.
And she also
shovels.
And we told her all
We
this
don't
at
get
the
along.
owners' meetings. We said, you are an absolute saint to be dealing with this guy.
Yeah. I don't even know if
And she interestingly did not dispute that.
No, she didn't.
That was kind of rude.
Well, she kind of knows that you're kind of just like a pampered little thing that, you know.
Well, at that point, she had him slung over her shoulder, too, because she had to go take him to bed.
Yeah.
so
boozed up. Yeah.
It was like Ace Ventura.
Leah, you're the best. Okay, let's do back to football, shall we? Go ahead, Con.
Yeah, rap sheet. Right now, Christian Gonzalez is not at camp. I believe he is planning on showing up. It isn't anything mandatory. Are we kind of a few days, maybe weeks away from him being the highest paid cornerback in the NFL? I think they still have 30 plus in cap space after the A.J. Brown trade. Should we anticipate that happening before the season?
Before the season, I think there's a good chance. The next couple of days, I have not heard that. And, this is sort of a weird time of year where we take attendance on players showing up to things that are voluntary. And what teams do, which I think is great, is they take pictures of their players when they show up. And then if they haven't over the next week or so, they just don't take any pictures. So we think that everyone shows up, but it's voluntary. That said, Gonzalez has not been there. I imagine he is going to get a huge deal. I imagine the Patriots will make it work. I just don't know that it's going to be imminent. Now he is a great player and he deserves all of the dollars. It's just a matter of kind of when that thing can get done and I guess how high.
All right, last question from me to you, Rap Sheet, is next Thursday, June 11th, we'll be hosting our first event that'll be able to be exclusively traded on the DraftKings predictive markets or DraftKings super apps free to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Rap, I can't wait to get your early thought on who you think will win or who you think will lose. In honor of Family Feud and Steve Harvey being an absolute legend, we will be playing Program Feud. Now, in Family Feud, obviously 100 people are surveyed. Survey says you get the entire thing. Top 6 answers on the board. Do that. We had Qualtrics survey over 1,300 sports fans. The answers to the questions in the polls are only known by Qualtrics and myself and Evan Fox, who I will be hosting. Foxy will be cutting the cameras behind the scenes. Representing our program will be Tone Diggs, AJ Hawk, the Toxic Table at Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt, and Darius J. Butler will be the captain of the Pat McAfee Show team and program feud. And then NFL Live, fresh off of back-to-back Emmy award-winning years. Laura Rutledge will be the captain of Dan Orlovsky, Mina Kimes, Shefty, and Schrags as they travel out to the Thunderdome for Program Feud, which is available to be traded or free to play right now on DraftKings. Now, here is the country's map, okay, if we're to get to it. Available for trading if you're lit up in green, and then in black you'll be doing a free-to-play. But everybody in the United States of America is able to predict or trade on if they think we, and by we I mean the boys, because I'll be hosting, I will not be a part of this, or NFL Live will win Program Feud. These are sports questions, not just NFL questions. Fans obviously give the answers. The teams...
This is all real?
Oh, yes. 100% real. Has to be. Wow. Like literally the amount of like lock and key for all these things, because I am host and I am not a part of it. Because if people are trading on it, which they actually are, like Qualtrics had to lock this down. We got an entire system in place that we had to showcase that we were going to be able to do that. The boys don't know what questions are coming, but they're questions that sports fans give answers to, and then the teams will be trying to match them, just like in Family Feud. There'll be a $50,000 donation, which is $10,000 for each player to the winning team, and then the winning team will get a chance to double that with fast money at the end, obviously. So we got big time, and you can trade on that right now, Rap, or free to play on the DraftKings Super app. Who do you early lean towards, Rap, if you had to guess?
You kidding me? Mm-hmm. You want me to pick NFL Live or you guys?
For a Program Feud, yeah.
Come on. Team Pat McAfee Show, let's go.
Yeah, baby, Rap.
Attaboy, Junior.
You're going to kind of piss off Senior. You kind of picked against Senior there.
Yeah, I kind of love that. You're my senior, Rap.
It is what it is.
It is what
you
it is.
You got to take a stance in life. I'm rolling with you guys. Let's go.
Okay. We'll see if it's the right decision. If the boys are able to get the job done, I hope so. But I also know the other side over there, big brains. Big brains.
Maybe too big.
Big talent.
Orlovsky's an idiot.
Well,
that might be good for the 1,300-plus sports fans that were polled. Remember, this isn't about getting the right answer. It's about getting the answer that most of the fans got.
Yeah, but he's an out-of-touch idiot.
Yeah, we know his food takes. We know his takes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, Junior.
It's not a good combo.
You guys talking a lot of you guys might walk in here and get your asses beat.
The rest of them are too smart. And then, Dano's an out-of-touch idiot.
Okay, you're saying a lot of things right here. You know, wrestling, whenever you talk about your opponent, you're supposed to put them up so that whenever you beat them, it looks good. You guys lose to these out-of-touch idiots, guess what? You embarrass the whole fucking
No,
Thunderdome.
you did a plural thing there. There was only one of those. The rest of them are too smart.
Yeah, Orlovsky's a bitch, dog. We're taking his ass out first. See, I know one thing.
Jeez.
If they go on to double money, which they won't, but if they do, Dano ain't doing it.
Can you put the graphic back up? Because that will be the matchups. It will be Darius taking on Miss Laura. Obviously, up in the front there where I will be doing my best Steve Harvey impression, asking a question. A board will be behind us. We got a full set that has been built. Massive sets have been built for this. We're going to, second hour of the entire program is going to be this battle. I think it'll be a fun, obviously, time for the people that are watching as well. Just like whenever you watch Family Feud, you find yourself trying to get what the answer is. These are all sports-related questions and topics and polls that took place. Darius will take on Miss Laura. Connor and Dan Orlovsky.
Win.
Ty takes on Mina. Okay, here we go. AJ Hawk, Ohio State, taking on Shefty of Michigan. And then Tone Diggs and Schrags will do battle at the end.
Bunker Brothers?
I mean, yes, exactly.
I don't love that. You're pitting us against each other.
The Bunker Boys are going to have to do some battle over there. So that'll be next Thursday, June 11th. We hope that you'll, kind of get in on the action responsibly. But it's available nationwide to say who you think is going to win Program Feud. We are excited about that.
Am I allowed to Pete Rose this thing?
What?
Can I trade on our team because I think we're going to win?
So I think like boxing, those guys always bet on themselves. That's kind of been the history.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're probably not allowed to bet.
Okay, good to know.
If I had to guess.
That is good.
It's been a lot of, I'm going to be honest, have had to do a lot of answering of questions on who has the answers, who knows. And I have to let everybody know. And the truth, actual. Me, Foxy, Qualtrics.
Yep. And this has to be on the up and up. This isn't this is a real deal thing here.
And we would like this to succeed.
Yes.
So we are trying our absolute best, and we are very pumped that people are able to kind of get in on the action. I would like to see the early numbers, because trading here, 2 options. This is the predictive market world. And, you kind of invest, and then you can sell at a different time. I do fear that there's a chance that you guys are going to get a little bit more of the action than the NFL Live folks, which then kind of, automatically makes them the underdogs. And then when they're the underdogs, people might cash in on beating you boys pretty good.
No.
And I don't like that.
They won't.
As long as AJ is a team player, we'll be fine.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm the ultimate team.
Because we'll all be we'll be like, hey, do we want to steal? Yeah, we want to steal. And like we have this really good answer, and then you'll walk up and say like, bazungas.
Poop. You got to remember, AJ actually has been on Family Feud.
That's true.
We got skunked. We got 0 points. So
Exactly. Well, shit. All right. Hey, listen, we'll see if that's the case next Thursday.
380 to 0, I believe.
Jeez Louise.
Christ.
Well, hopefully the NFL.
We did not perform the way we thought we would.
You playing with Favre?
Well, hopefully. All right. Hopefully that was a compliment because Favre would be representing the NFL and be a part of that team is what we meant there.
Captain,
obviously, yes, of course, that's what we meant by that entire thing. Holy hell! But good luck to you, lads. Obviously, you're representing the program, and thank you, and good luck to the NFL Live folks that are traveling out here. 1:00 Eastern, June 11th. Program feud. I can't wait to see what the numbers say.
Yeah, I'm excited.
On who's doing what. On DraftKings, available now. Hashtag DK Partner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of our week. We'll be off tomorrow as the baseball has a lot happening. We'll run a song at the very end, obviously, as we found out earlier that we made one of these weeks ago, which is obviously classic. But it's the end of our week, and obviously we want to celebrate sport in a beautiful fashion. Some people have highlights. We have things that aren't ass.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into some sports stuff that has happened in the past week that we don't believe are ass at all. Let's start at Morgantown, West Virginia. Armani Guzman. Hey! Hits one in and out there. Bottom of the 10th. Runner comes home. West Virginia Mountaineer baseball team, after getting pegged with the ball there at second.
Yikes.
West Virginia Mountaineer baseball team and all of Morgantown, West Virginia go crazy as the baseball team advances into the Super Regional against Cal Poly tomorrow in Morgantown, West Virginia. The tarps are off, the state showed up, and the singing was loud. Hey, that's loud. That is loud. That is packed. I guess there's a hill out here that's just like open seating, whatever, and the entire city has basically come down to the stadium. So we're pumped that that's taking place. Steve Sabins, the coach of West Virginia, after Maisie retires and flips that entire organization, has them buzzing. They take on Cal Poly tomorrow at noon, AJ, noon o'clock. Obviously, a lot of baseball this weekend.
Nice. Do they was it John Denver? Does his estate get residuals for every time this is sung after games?
There's no reason to even ask that question, because I thought, we don't want to kind of sound any alarms, okay? We think John.
Come on now, this is a beautiful thing that happens a lot at a lot of sporting events. I'm just hoping the estate, his family, is being taken care of.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
They are.
I certainly do, and I hope their estate understands that John Denver is bringing happiness to an already happy event, and that's what John Denver is all about. This is the Monongahela County Baseball Complex right there, brought to you by the Kendrick family, which obviously we're very appreciative of. Also not asked, how about Dayton Talkie? Okay, this guy had quite a little bit of a run here. Dayton Talkie, and Boom. Yep, he hits himself right in the balls. He goes bat, ball, 2 balls. He obviously is in some pain. We all look at him and we go, oh, no. This guy laughing a little bit. Been there, bud? That's what he's saying. Yeah. He certainly got it. Let's fast forward a little bit, shall we? Walk-off home run, bottom of the 10th. Taki, after getting his balls smoky, hits an absolute dong to win it. Congrats to Taki, honestly. From the lowest of lows to the longest of balls. This guy's doing it. Shout out to him. That's not ass at all in baseball time.
No, it's not. And you know what? That's karma. You can't get caught on camera laughing at a guy when he thinks he's going to lose maybe his twig or a couple of his giggleberries. And, you know, it was kind of just destiny. It was written in the stars that later on he was going to get an opportunity and he was going to do something with it. Oklahoma with a massive upset of Georgia Tech.
You want to talk about massive upsets? Let's talk about Makoa sniffing. Okay, it's St. Mary's. Bottom of the 10th, look at that. Gets number 1 UCLA. Hits it out to the left field. Who's he drive in? Oh, Cody Kashimoto as St. Mary's knocks off number 1 UCLA. There was a lot of that, which I think is potentially why West Virginia is hosting the Super Regional, because a lot of the higher-ranked teams have gotten lost. But that's baseball, baby, and that's not ass at all time.
No, not ass at all. And this is like one of the biggest upsets in like the history of college baseball. UCLA hadn't lost a series all year, and I believe they either tied or broke the single-season win streak record. So, yeah, no one anticipated this happening. Good on St. Mary's.
That's certainly not ass. Let's go to Japan, shall we, AJ? I saw Cebu Lions infielder Natsuo Takazawa this weekend, and I'll tell you what, that's not ass at all. Look at this guy flying around the infield. He would be the equivalent of Bobby Witt Jr. Is that what we got going on here in Japan?
Yeah, certainly. You could say that. I mean, just everywhere on the diamond, second base, shortstop, making throws deep in the hole. You could say Bobby Witt Jr., maybe mixed with Derek Jeter. I don't know how this guy's not playing in the bigs.
Hey, we would love to have Natsuo Takazawa on the Pittsburgh Pirates, even though we already got Connor. Pair him up with Connor Griffin.
Sure.
We obviously have a World Series pennant coming home. But maybe Natsuo just likes kind of doing it back at home.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Natsuo, we love what you're doing. We also love whenever Jose Siri here, Grand Slam, Siri says, I don't think so. Saves the buffet.
Smart. Beautiful buffet.
It was a grand salami robbed while the buffet was saved. And then Jose Siri said, the world wanted to see a grand slam, huh? And I said, I don't think so. Well, why don't we go to the next day where Siri, bases juice, bottom of the 3rd, grand slam Siri robs a grand salami, saves a buffet. Next night, hits a grand slam, has a buffet of joy. Love everything that he's doing. Baseball providing some magical moments, Ty.
Yeah, without a doubt. You don't see that happen very often. And, boy, I'll tell you what, the amount of people who would have been pissed if that bolognese would have went flying in the air if you wouldn't have robbed that grand slam.
You need a good bolognese.
You need a good bolognese. You need a good red sauce. And Jose Siri said, yeah, nah, I'm not going to let these people who paid a bunch of money get their day ruined.
Let's talk about not being ass. Well, let's talk about somebody that carries around a big one.
Oh, huge.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with a wagon, both on his shoulders and his caboose. Scattaboo all the way back. Boom, is he going to be healthy? I think so. That's not ass at all. A lot of people saying, hey, Scattaboo, what the 61 offensive lineman even goes, hey, Scattaboo, what are you doing? But after what we saw Malik Neighbors do at this particular Brian Burns celebrity softball game, and what we saw Scattaboo do, we'd say what we saw Neighbors do, not great. Hopefully he gets healthy. Scattaboo, that's not ass at all. No. And he's going ass over T-Killer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Scattaboo. And those are 5 things that weren't ass. Run it!
And that was 5 things that aren't ass. Served up pretty fast. Do something sweet, we'll raise our glass.
That's a good jingle.
All right, that's the show. We're going to hit tonight, hopefully. Let's enjoy the hell out of these finals. Let's enjoy the hell out of sports. Obviously, the Super Regionals are all over the TV for tomorrow. We'll be enjoying that as well. Have an incredible weekend. We'll be back on Monday live from Bristol before we have NBA Finals All Access on ESPN2 for the NBA Finals. That's AJ. He's going into the Hall of Fame. I'm Pat. I'm not. We'll see you then. Bye. Nailed it.
Yep.
I think we got it.
Got it.
Maybe not the bye. See you then, though. We hit that.
Yeah. 5 things that aren't ass song. Good to hear that.
Can you run that again, Foxy, just in case?
Talk or Mitt singing.
And
One
that
of them.
was 5 things that aren't ass. Served up pretty fast.
Good.
Do something sweet, we'll raise our glass.
5 things that aren't us, served up pretty fast.
Chorus comes in.
Yeah.
Do something sweet, we'll raise our glass.
AJ?
Good.
AJ, if we would
I
have
don't
been
know the rest of it.
we just fucking said it.
It's kind of.
We said the whole
Thought
thing.
there was more. Thought there was more lyrics.
No, you know how this goes. You know how these things go.
Repetition, Hawk.
On Spotify right now, program music. Go check it out. You can find that we have a bit of a trend. And that was 5 things that aren't us, served up pretty fast. Do something sweet, we'll raise our glass. Now, from the non-ass department to the full-ass department. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hop on the train and go choo-choo to the Oh, no! Let's go to the UFL. We say that a lot. A man who has contributed a lot to sports, which we certainly appreciate. Dave Hoffman out there. This man was, yep, there he is. This man on the sideline, look below. Louisville King player, Columbus Aviator player maybe, comes flying into cameraman on shoulder. Obviously had a ground behind him where he could potentially hit his head. Instead, he's blowing kisses to another camera as he's getting taped up with blood all over him. Dave, we appreciate your contribution to sport.
Hell yeah, Dave.
But as you're getting trucked, we can't help but go, oh, no! Let's stay in the Los Angeles Angels outfield. Angels in the outfield, shall we? We had the series story. We do that. Let's go for an oh, no with Joe, no, Adele. Off his dome, home run. Now, this is starting to happen a little bit more regularly than I could have ever expected. But anytime you see something like this happen, you can't help but say, is that Joe? No! Adele?
Yeah, you can go from the penthouse to the shit house pretty sweet. You can remember earlier in the season, this guy robbed 3 home runs in one game, and this is about as routine of a fly ball as you can get, but it turns into a dinger.
Hey, that's baseball. Every once in a while, they're going to make you say, oh, no! Let's go to Cary, North Carolina, shall we? TST. Executive Vice President, Editor, Chair, Studio Show, Mike Foss, some call him Fist. Bang! 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 That was his first 2 seconds on the field for the entirety of the TST. That was obviously an elimination round. And in that exact moment, Foss also ripped his adductor completely off the bone. So not only did he hip check a guy and receive a yellow card, okay, he also ripped something off of his bone, of his leg, where he will be rehabbing that probably for the next 6 to 7 months. And when you see something like this, you go, that's pretty cool. And then whenever he drops down into full pain and understand that the next 6 months of his life is going to be spent different, you can't help but say, oh, no! Foss.
Best part about this.
Foss! Oh, no!
Best part about this is that thing was barely hanging on by a thread before he even went to play in that game.
Yeah, that's why he didn't play any other minute other than the one you just saw right there. And in that exact moment, he ripped it off the bone, caught a yellow card, and a body. Now, we do think that is cool. But for him, with all the amount of effort and time he put into this fucking thing, we're sorry, bro. And we just want to say it was a hell of a run, hell of a check. But
went out on a shield.
Yeah. Team needs a gaffer. Word on the street.
He'll be healthy for next year's turn.
No, I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of time down there. That's a lot of effort just to get your heart broken.
Oh, yeah.
And then something ripped off your body. I experienced it.
Yeah, you did.
Faso loves ball, though. And that Gene Fit team, it was an honor to watch them play.
They'll be back.
Then we followed along all the way to the final. There's been a team at TST for a while called Pumas. Okay, we've obviously seen them. We've watched them. We've become fans. They've never been able to win it. They make it back to the finals. And what happens? Oh, empty net. All you got to do is pass it in. Oh, no! The other team would obviously go on to score on the immediate possession following there, because not only did they miss, which they would have missed by more, but it was hit by the defender. It was a slide tackle, not allowed. It was also hit by the defender, okay? So it should have been a corner. They should have kept possession. Instead, the other team is given the ball, and they go down and score immediately afterwards. Pumas, heartbroken, and you're out of a million, once again making everybody say, oh, no! At TST NCAA tournament's awesome, though, AJ. It is spectacular. I enjoyed watching it from home this year more than even being down there, I think, H.
Well, they figured it out. They figured soccer out, like that. The quick play, the whole, what do you call it?
7-on-7 target goal time.
Target goal is amazing.
A walk-off goal every single time.
Yep.
Whenever you get to the end of the game, 7-on-7 game, you get to target goal time, and it's basically just one goal more than the team that's in the lead is the target goal. So every team is in it. There's been 3-4 goal comebacks in target time, and every 3 minutes they're taking a player off the field. So that was down to 2-on-2 right there. That target goal time was down to 2-on-2. And obviously, when you're in that exact moment, there's a chance for a goal. Oh, no. It's $1 million for the team out the window. They're going to have to come back next year. Okay, let's move on to celebrity softball games up there in New England. May Day Classic. The whole city was out, including Matt Rife, obviously incredible comedian. Overthrow. Matt Rife heady enough to say, I might be able to steal a base here. Wait, I'm going a little bit too slow. Let me turn around. Gets caught in a rundown. Oh, no, what's rundown? Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh, jeez.
Gets taken out. Matt Rife wanted to get on base.
Surprised they didn't start beating his ass.
Rife wasn't close to he wasn't even close to the base.
Not even close.
I think how are you supposed to know where it was whenever there's 3 different guys in the middle of a rundown of professional athletes? Matt Rife was trying to dig it out down there at second base. I don't like that any of this happened, but if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm scared to death. And as I'm watching him kind of get his knee blown, and I'm going, no. Is everything going to be okay? Because there's a chance if he had cleats on and that thing sticks and he gets rolled up, you actually look at yourself, you go, no. And then if Rife gets on base, you think to yourself, wow, the guy's safe. Andy's blown out his, no. But instead, it was a great fall. It was a great effort, and we walk away unscathed, and the May Day Classic was good with no no's, right?
Yeah, it was fantastic. $94,000 raised for Boston Children's Hospital. This is disgusting. Matt Rife, I am so sorry, but you need to now match that $94,000 to the Boston Children's Hospital if you want to get back in good graces with most of New England. I know a lot of people weren't happy with this, but thank God Ramondre Stevenson's okay.
Matt Rife was just locked in on trying to get an extra base.
Sure.
Now, I don't like this at all. I don't like that this is possible, but I do appreciate the amount of people and teammates that showed up for that. That's a huge deal. I like that these are seemingly coming back. They used to be a thing of the past. It felt like it happened on a more regular basis. Now with individual brands and individual position groups kind of doing their own things, it has kind of seemingly let down on the team having big public stuff. JJ used to host one here. In Indy, they used to host one. There used to be big ones. I like that that's coming back, AJ. I do like that. Yeah. That's good team camaraderie shit.
It's awesome. Donald Driver used to have one. They played in the AAA stadium in Appleton, Wisconsin every single year. Then Jordy Nelson took it over. I'd assume it's still going on. But honestly, with videos like this coming out, I could see some of these getting shut down real quick.
Thanks a lot, Rife.
Oh,
no.
All right, let's go to Ecuador, shall we? Okay, this is La Liga Portovallejo player.
Please don't fall off.
Edison Caicedo. And boom, gets run over by the medical cart. Okay, he was walking in there pretty free. His head crashed. He's pretty good off the top. Bang! But also his legs, obviously, is a situation where everybody's hands go up. Hey, that's what they're saying there. And obviously you got guys still laid out on the stretcher who's certainly going through it. He has no idea that we just put another guy in the hospital. You're going to have to move over, bud, like Rose on the wood at the Titanic. We need to get this guy up and on here and out of here. So obviously a spectacular event down in Ecuador. Let's hope that doesn't happen in any sports that we watch.
Yeah, certainly.
Next week with the World Cup.
Come on.
Yeah. Is this guy fucking drunk? Jesus.
I thought the guy was going to roll off the cart.
Look at the ref. What the fuck?
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. What? Oh, that knee buckle.
And
God, have some
the guy in the car did look up for 1 second and then went back to faking his injury.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot more that you can say, but you certainly start and end with, no. All right, let's go to International Arena League. This is not the one with the Fisher Freight. This is 5 teams in America, 5 teams in Europe.
Oh, nice.
This is the Las Vegas Rockers, PAT. It's going to get blocked by the Arizona Juggernauts. Jugger face. Helmet off, bang, right off the face. And we're down. And that's what you get for rushing a kick in an Arena League game. But there is a terrible timing, and the football gods did not bless this man at all. The back view will give you a better depiction of it. He's rushing an arena kick, never happens. Hands in the face, helmet's off, boom. Boom! Blocks a kick with his jaw. Hope he's okay. He was obviously hitting the ground. Shut up, bitch. Because so many things could have happened. Instead, he gets blasted in the face. We like the effort. We appreciate the fact if you would give less of it. But as soon as you get blasted in the face, total facial floor, can't help but go, oh, no! Now, we've been seeing a lot of these home runs that aren't actual home runs. Kind of outfielders kind of giving them up. Let's go off of UCF center fielder Diaz Ross. Okay, this is Milwaukee. Hits a big one. Home run.
That went over?
That went over.
Are they losing these in the lights or what?
I have no idea. And I think off the glove, off the head, home run, walk it off. He's captain.
He's captain?
Yeah. He's captain. That's gonna be that's a tough thing to kind of happen out there. But is this happening more now? Why is this happening more now?
I've seen more of these in the last 3 weeks than I probably have in the last 20 years. I don't know why it's happening more now. I think maybe guys are trying to make a few more web jams. Just make the fucking routine play. If it's a can of corn, just see it in. We don't need to be, getting a Sports Center top 10 because otherwise you're hunting for that and you're finding your ass on no.
Oh, no. That's a one-way trip, brother.
Yeah, it is.
That's a one-way trip to oh, no.
No stop.
If you're trying to get onto the highlights, if you're trying to get on Not Ass, if you're trying to get on Sports Center with Randy and Gary in the morning, if you're looking to do that, it feels like you probably know this already. You're on a one-way trip down to oh, no! Town. Let's continue with our last one. Baseball has provided us a lot, especially with balls to the head. Florida State's Cal Fisher hits a big ball. Boom! Yeah, I like it. Not only is he going to hit a home run and go ahead and put another point on board, he's going to hit a guy right in the fucking head. Boom!
It's a guy watching.
Chanticleer relief pitcher, I think that's where the bullpen is back there, gets one right in the face, or the head. Now, how do you not know? Is this not kind of the only thing happening at that exact moment? Chanticleer's guy out to lunch gets a baseball to the dome, and Florida State's Cal Fisher is officially a menace, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, none of those guys were really paying attention, other than the guy who was sitting directly to his left. You think he could have been like, hey, heads up, maybe, open your eyes, but this is crazy. I mean, you're at a baseball game. They heard it off the bat. It was probably very loud.
Sunglasses shattered, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, wake up. Fuck.
Break the brim.
Can't help but go, hey, bud.
Oh, no.
Cal Fisher, great bat flip.
Oh, yeah.
Great. That was nasty.
Doesn't even know that he's about to blast a dude in the face and break his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Has no idea on the bat flip. I mean, just get out of my face.
From the barrel. Throws it from the barrel.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so also, I like the two.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
That guy has a baseball on top of his head now.
It's going to be huge. And then probably a scratch here because of sunglasses.
Yep.
Right?
Needs to buy new sunglasses as well.
Because he's standing on the outfield fence and doesn't know a home run's happening.
Jeez.
Guy next to him almost caught a little ricochet shot, too. He's the only one paying attention. Huge arms.
That guy's jacked, yeah.
Huge arms. Must be security. He's supposed to be securing people from people, not balls, obviously. Hey,
Give a heads up or something to your buddy.
Well, none of them are paying any attention.
I don't know if they're buddies, though. Maybe far right guy might just be security for the area. The Chanticleers are seemingly the other four that are there. That might be their bullpen. Guy with the sleeve looks like he's super cool.
Yeah, he's jacked.
They might not
Far
like
right
that
guy's
guy.
a bench press master. Look at him.
Yeah, I think he's security. I don't know if he's with the Chanticleers. I think he is potentially just kind of running ops there. He's protecting the entire field so that attention guy doesn't get on the field. I think the other four Chanticleers kind of checked out. Guy far left looks like he's got a mouthful of something.
Yep.
He's
chaw probably.
Maybe gum.
Well,
Seeds.
Sure.
Seeds.
Taking one peek at that guy, his age, his beard, the way he's wearing his hat. That fucking guy's got a baseball in his mouth, and it ain't gum, it's chaw.
Yeah. Looks like they're having a good old day out there. They know Cal Fisher said, let me fucking ruin that for you guys real quick. And that was, oh, no! All right, so Program Feud next Thursday, June 11th. Can't wait for that. Hour 2 of this program on ESPN will be us taking on, the boys. I will be hosting. The boys taking on NFL Live. Cannot wait for this. Excited. Hope this does good.
Yes.
Yeah, very pumped for this.
Shout out to Family Feud. Obviously, Steve Harvey has made that thing into the global sensation that it is. We will have sports fans who are polled giving us the points and the answers. And it was over 1,300. sports fans. We're going through Qualtrics, which is obviously a polling and survey company owned by Ryan Smith, based out of Utah. So we got this thing really tight. The boys, I think, are confident because obviously that is kind of how they operate.
Yeah.
I assume the NFL Live crew is just used to winning stuff.
No doubt.
They're coming in here with a lot of confidence, a lot of
We
marks.
can't lose again.
Used to beat.
Is there any way to prepare for this?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm the host. You do what you need to do. I can't be.
Tap in, AJ. Tap in.
Yeah.
You can't get much
I know.
worse than the last time you did it, so you're good.
You're
You
right.
Show up.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Tonight, we're betting on American skaters.
Damn right.
Yeah, we are.
Because we're on American ice. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
We are.
United States of America. Jackie Aces to record a point. What's up, AJ?
I love the picture.
What? Just go on. Tell us more about what you like so
I
much.
just love it. I love Ty's taking a face off, right?
Yes. Thank you. We're
is that what he's
We're showcasing it's hockey. I'm receiving a pass. He's doing a face-off. Nick's hitting a clapper. This is, hey, it's hockey. We're doing hockey.
I love it.
Are you
Oh, I don't like what you're doing right now.
Are you a lefty? Wait, are you a lefty hockey player?
I actually got a flat stick like Sidney Crosby, flat blade, so I'm lefty and righty. I'm like whenever I play tennis, got two forehands. That's basically what I am in hockey. But I have found myself as an adult going to the left a lot more.
Clap bombs too?
I think I hit a better clap bomb righty.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like baseball. I got a better baseball swing lefty, but I don't have anywhere near the power.
Sure.
Hockey's the same thing. I think I got better dangles lefty.
Sure.
But I think if I got to put it on the net, I'm flipping that over to the right.
So
Something I haven't seen before, really.
Use a flat stick. That's the reason.
Yeah. Now, these sticks are autographed by people, and we had to get rid of those so they don't think that we're disrespecting.
Okay, good.
Never.
'Cause I noticed that as I put it down and take the face off.
Yeah, but we covered the autographs.
Okay, perfect.
But that's not your autograph if you're thinking that's your autograph.
Different stick.
Yeah, we got different stick for your
Yeah,
autograph.
you got a bunch of them over there.
So many autographs.
Yeah.
Thankful.
No, of course. Of course.
Let's go, Aces.
Here we go, boys.
Oh, Jackie, here we fucking go, boys.
Let's go, Steve.
Come on, boys.
And let's go, boys.
Here we go, boys.
Go, boys. Let's fucking go, boys.
Never forget. This is also online.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
Fucking a couple ice cubes and a Yeti there. Jesus.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's the cap for it.
Get some super glue or something up there.
So easy, isn't it? Sitting in your fucking high horse in that attic in Ohio.
Balls are meant to bounce, bro.
So easy.
So easy.
I mean, it's a nice trophy, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Lordo.
This is what it's all about right now.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lock in.
Who's
What about
gonna
the World Cup? Where's the World Cup trophy?
7 days
It hasn't
away.
started yet.
7 days away.
It's very soon. Everybody needs to know this fucking World Cup's going to sneak up and bite us before we even know it.
Yes.
1 week.
The World Cup one looks very similar to the Larry O. So we can count.
It's about all the fucking trophies.
Yep.
Okay, these two, though, they're going for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
These are the baby versions. The juniors, if you will.
Exactly.
The seniors are what we're hunting. The crown is what we're chasing. And this weekend, let's have the greatest weekend of all time before doing something rather historic on Monday. Okay, let's do this thing good on Monday. Let's do the NBA Finals All Access good on Monday. Let's represent for sport.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy this life.
Hell yeah.
We can't thank all of you. Good job, AJ. Enough. Because of you. We're allowed to piece together these ridiculous things that we're hoping to hit on DraftKings. So much fun actually having these horses in the race every single night.
Big time.
Now, granted, it's not a guarantee. We can certainly lose. But we appreciate the fact that us and you can experience all this shit together. We're very grateful for you. We appreciate the hell out of you. And we will see you on Monday as we're live from Bristol. And then we're heading down to New York. Let's enjoy this life. Be kind to each other, you know? Got a lot of shit going on in this world. Sports are the greatest. They bring everybody together and also provide an opportunity for celebration and heartbreak. You really get a chance to fully live around sports. And the fact that we're a tiny little piece of it is only because you all let us. Great week back there behind the glass, boys. Way to go.
Good job, boys. Good job up there, boys.
Graphic design, boys. Good job.
Good job, boys.
Good work, boys.
Talks to Ted. Way to go.
Way to go.
Hey, you too, man.
Way to go, boys.
Good work, boys.
Tone, way to go.
Way to go.
Way to
Way
go,
to go.
Dogs, baby.
Everyone, way to go.
AJ, way to go.
Way to go, AJ.
Way to go, Huggle.
Congrats on the nomination.
Huggle.
College Football Hall of Fame nom.
Yeah.
Good baby Hoggle.
Way to go, Hawk. Anything to say?
No.
Not even to all of you.
Oh, jumped it. I got you.
And we got you.
Yep.
Be your friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. To all the guests that stopped by this week, thank you so much for your time. For all the conversations, they were incredible. Hopefully we'll do better next week. Probably not, though. Have the greatest weekend of all time. We can't thank you all enough. We love you. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.